Oh yeah. Speak through the mouth from my lips when I'm. Show me where you wanna go next, you know right away. If you lost and you don't know where the truth at, looking all around but you don't know where to go. Well, we gon' show you the way. Okay, let me read the line. Line it up, standing back to back. Deacon 9 times, doctrine killer, hater stepping back. Captain Joel from the book, yeah, the prophet's back. Officer Ahim, yeah, that's Pepper Black. Officer LaCroix, yeah, from way back. Minister of knowledge, officer, just remember that. We gon' search the whole world, oh yeah, oh yeah, 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 oh, 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 oh. Tell them you know. Oh yeah, just tell them you know. Oh yeah, rounding up the book to read, I gotta get them all looking overseas, and you know it. Rounding up the, yeah. Rounding up the book to read, I gotta get them all looking overseas, and you know it, yeah. Reading through the law to see, I gotta dot the I's, even cross the T's, and you know it. Praying to the Lord, have mercy. Show me where you wanna go first, you know. Oh yeah. While I'm teaching to the people that's thirsty, searching for the truth that's hidden, you know. Oh yeah. Speak through the mouth from my lips when I'm. Show me where you wanna go next, you know right away. If you lost and you don't know where the truth at, looking all around but you don't know where to go. Well, we gon' show you the way. Okay, let me read the line. Line it up, standing back to back. Deacon 9 times, doctrine killer, hater stepping back. Captain Joel from the book, yeah, the prophet's back. Officer Ahim, yeah, that's Pepper Black. Officer LaCroix, yeah, from way back. Minister of knowledge, officer, just remember that. We gon' search the whole world, oh yeah, oh yeah, 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 oh, 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 oh. Tell them you know, oh yeah, yeah, just tell them you know, oh rounding up the book to read, I gotta get them all looking overseas, and you know it, yeah. Rounding up the, yeah. Rounding up the book to read, I gotta get them all looking overseas, and you know it, yeah. Reading through the law to see, I gotta dot the I's, even cross the T's, and you know it, Praying to the Lord, have mercy. Show me where you wanna go first, you know. Oh yeah. While I'm teaching to the people that's thirsty, searching for the truth that's hidden, you know. Oh yeah. Speak through the mouth from my lips when I'm. Show me where you wanna go next, you know right away. If you lost and you don't know where the truth at, looking all around but you don't know where to go. Well, Well, we gon' show you the way. Okay, let me read the line. Line it up, standing back to back. Deacon 9 times, doctrine killer, hater stepping back. Captain Joel from the book, yeah, the prophet's back. Officer Ahim, yeah, that's Pepper Black. Officer LaCroix, yeah, from way back. Minister of knowledge, officer, just remember that. We gon' search the whole world, oh yeah, oh yeah, 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 oh, 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 oh. Tell them you know. Tell them you know, oh yeah. Rounding up the book to read, I gotta get them all looking overseas, and you know it, and you know it, yeah. Rounding up the, rounding up the, rounding up the, rounding up the, yeah. Rounding up the book to read, I gotta get them all looking overseas, and you know it, and you know it, yeah. Reading through the law to see, I gotta dot the I's, even cross the T's, and you know it, and you know it. Praying to the Lord, have mercy. Show me where you wanna go first, you know. Oh yeah. While I'm teaching to the people that's thirsty, searching for the truth that's hidden, you know. Oh yeah. Speak through the mouth from my lips when I'm. Show me where you wanna go next, you know. Right away. If you lost and you don't know where the truth at, looking all around but you don't know where to go. Well, we gon' show you the way. Okay, let me read the line. Line it up, standing back to back. Deacon 9 times, doctrine killer, hater stepping back. Captain Joel from the book, yeah, the prophet's back. Officer Ahim, yeah, that's Pepper Black. Officer LaCroix, yeah, from way back. Minister of knowledge, officer, just remember that. We gon' search the whole world, oh yeah, oh yeah, 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 oh, 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 oh. Tell them you know, oh yeah, yeah, just tell them you know, oh rounding up the book to read, I gotta get them all looking overseas, and you know it, and you know it, yeah. Rounding up the, rounding up the, rounding up the, rounding up the, yeah. Rounding up the book to read, I gotta get them all looking overseas, and you know it, and you know it. Reading through the law to see, I gotta dot the I's, even cross the T's, and you know it, and you know it. Praying to the Lord, have mercy. Show me where you wanna go first, you know. Oh yeah. While I'm teaching to the people that's thirsty, searching for the truth that's hidden, you know. Oh yeah. The mouth from my lips when I'm. Show me where you wanna go next, you know. Right away. If you lost and you don't know where the truth at, looking all around but you don't know where to go. Well, we gon' show you the way. Okay, let me read the line. Line it up, standing back to back. Deacon 9 times, doctrine killer, hater stepping back. Captain Joel from the book, yeah, the prophet's back. Officer Ahim, yeah, that's Pepper Black. Officer LaCroix, yeah, from way back. Minister of knowledge, officer, just remember that. We gon' search the whole world, oh yeah, oh yeah, 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 oh, 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 oh. Tell them you know, oh yeah. Just tell them you know, oh yeah. Rounding up the book to read, I gotta get them all looking overseas, and you know it, and you know it, yeah. Rounding up the, yeah. Rounding up the book to read, I gotta get them all looking overseas, and you know it, and you know it, yeah. Reading through the law to see, I gotta dot the I's, even cross the T's, and you know it, and you know it. Praying to the Lord, have mercy. Show me where you wanna go first, you know. Oh yeah. While I'm teaching to the people that's thirsty, searching for the truth that's hidden, you know. Oh yeah. Speak through the mouth from my lips when I show me where you wanna go next, you know. Right away. If you lost and you don't know where the truth at, looking all around but you don't know where to go. Well, we gon' show you the way. Okay, let me read the line. Line it up, standing back to back. Deacon 9 times, doctrine killer, hater stepping back. Captain Joel from the book, yeah, the prophet's back. Officer Ahim, yeah, that's Pepper Black. Officer LaCroix, yeah, from way back. Minister of knowledge, officer, just remember that. We gon' search the whole world, oh yeah, oh yeah, 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 oh, 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 oh. Tell them you know, oh yeah, just tell them you know, oh yeah. Rounding up the book to read, I gotta get them all looking overseas, and you know it, and you know it, yeah. Rounding up the, yeah. Rounding up the book to read, I gotta get them all looking overseas, and you know it, and you know it, yeah. Reading through the law to see, I gotta dot the I's, even cross the T's, and you know it, and you know it. Praying to the Lord, have mercy. Show me where you wanna go first, you know. Oh yeah. While I'm teaching to the people that's thirsty, searching for the truth that's hidden, you know. Oh yeah. Speak through the mouth from my lips when I show me where you wanna go next, you know. Right away. If you lost and you don't know where the truth at, looking all around but you don't know where to go. Well, we gon' show you the way. Okay, let me read the line. Line it up, standing back to back. Deacon 9 times, doctrine killer, hater stepping back. Captain Joel from the book, yeah, the prophet's back. Officer Ahim, yeah, that's Pepper Black. Officer LaCroix, yeah, from way back. Minister of knowledge, officer, just remember that. We gon' search the whole world, oh yeah, oh yeah, 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 oh, 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 oh. Tell them you know, oh yeah, just tell them you know, oh yeah. Rounding up the book to read, I gotta get them all looking overseas, and you know it, and you know it. Yeah, rounding up the, rounding up the, rounding up the, rounding up the, yeah. Rounding up the book to read, I gotta get them all looking overseas, and you know it, and you know it, yeah. Reading through the law to see, I gotta dot the I's, even cross the T's, and you know it, and you know it. Praying to the Lord, have mercy, mercy. Show me where you wanna go first, you know. While I'm teaching to the people that's thirsty, searching for the truth that's hidden, you know. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Speak through the mouth of my lips when I'm. Show me where you wanna go next, you know, right away. Yeah. If you lost and you don't know where the truth at, looking all around but you don't know where to go. Well, we gon' show you the way. Okay, let me read the line. Line it up, standing back to back. Taking 9 times. Doctrine killer, hater stepping back. Captain Joel from the book. Yeah, the prophets back. Officer Ahim. Yeah, that's Pepper Black. Officer LaCroix. Yeah, from way back. Minister of knowledge. Officer, just remember that. We gon' search the whole world. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Tell them you know. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Just tell them you know. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Rounding up the book to read, I gotta get them all looking overseas, and you know it. Rounding up the, rounding up the, rounding up the, rounding up the, yeah. Rounding up the book to read, I gotta get them all looking overseas, and you know it, and you know it, yeah. Reading through the law to see, I gotta dot the I's, even cross the T's, and you know it, and you know it. Praying to the Lord, have mercy, mercy. Show me where you wanna go first, you know. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. While I'm teaching to the people that's thirsty, searching for the truth that's hidden, you know. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Speak through the mouth of my lips when I'm. Show me where you wanna go next, you know, right away. If you lost and you don't know where the truth at, looking all around but you don't know where to go. Well, we gon' show you the way. Okay, let me read the line. Line it up, standing back to back. Taking 9 times. Doctrine killer, hater stepping back. Captain Joel from the book. Yeah, the prophets back. Officer Ahim. Yeah, that's Pepper Black. Officer LaCroix. Yeah, from way back. Minister of knowledge. Officer, just remember that. We gon' search the whole world. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Tell them you know. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Just tell them you know. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Rounding up the book to read, I gotta get them all looking overseas, and you know it. Rounding up the, rounding up the, rounding up the, rounding up the, yeah. Rounding up the book to read, I gotta get them all looking overseas, and you know it, and you know it. Reading through the law to see, I gotta dot the I's, even cross the T's, and you know it, and you know it. Praying to the Lord, have mercy. Show me where you wanna go first, you know. Oh yeah. While I'm teaching to the people that's thirsty, searching for the truth that's hidden, you know. Oh yeah. Speak through the mouth from my lips when I'm. Show me where you wanna go next, you know. Right away. If you lost and you don't know where the truth at, looking all around but you don't know where to go. Well, we gon' show you the way. Okay, let me read the line. Line it up, send it back to back. Kicking 9 times, doctrine killer, hater stepping back. Captain Joel from the book, yeah, the prophet's back. Officer Ahim, yeah, that's Pepper Black. Officer LaCroix, yeah, from way back. Minister of knowledge, officer, just remember that. We gon' search the whole world, oh yeah, oh yeah, 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 oh, 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 oh. Tell them you know. Oh yeah, yeah. Just tell them you know. Oh yeah. Rounding up the book to read, I gotta get them all looking overseas, and you know it. Rounding up the, yeah. Rounding up the book to read, I gotta get them all looking overseas, and you know it, and you know it, yeah. Reading through the law to see, I gotta dot the I's, even cross the T's, and you know it, and you know it. Praying to the Lord, have mercy. Show me where you wanna go first, you know. Oh yeah. While I'm teaching to the people that's thirsty, searching for the truth that's hidden, you know. Oh yeah. Speak through the mouth from my lips when I'm. Show me where you wanna go next, you know. Right away. If you lost and you don't know where the truth at, looking all around but you don't know where to go. Searching for the road to the way back. We don't know our father's going way back. Do you know it? Do you know it? Oh yeah, oh yeah, 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 yeah. We the chosen people, you say no way. Enemies are teaching you the wrong way. Do you know it? Do you know it? Oh yeah, oh yeah, 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 yeah. Do you know it? History, yeah. Do you know it? Do you know it? Oh yeah, oh yeah, 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 yeah. Do you know it? History, yeah. Do you know it? Do you know it? Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Hey, shalom. Welcome back to Our Hidden History Radio.
Oh!
I'm getting used to it. Our Hidden History Radio, we're in chapter...
Wait, Deacon, can we do one more time? Because when you finish Our Hidden History Radio, yeah.
Oh,
man. Ready? One more time.
It's growing. It's growing on us. It's growing on us.
One more time again.
I'm not doing that again.
One more time, please.
I'm not doing that again.
One more time.
Okay,
Please.
Our Hidden History.
Let's try it one more time.
One more time.
Just one more. Just one more.
Yeah, you ready?
Okay, welcome back to Our Hidden History Radio.
Oh! Hey, what you got? You guys like that?
Yeah, that's all right.
That's much better.
Thanks, Cap.
Yo, I'm here. Yo, I'm your PR consultant.
Oh, man.
That was satisfying for Cap.
Yeah.
That's the cat.
It was for the people.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. Hey, all praises. We're in chapter 18. Chapter 18. I'm actually very excited about this episode. Very excited about it because I want to continue. We actually came across some more information regarding the Silurians. If you've been keeping up with the classes, you know what I'm talking about. If you're brand new and you're just going to be lost, start from chapter 1 and work your way up. Sorry, you got to do catch up. That's your makeup homework, I guess. But we're dealing with the Silurians and we're dealing with King Arthur. Turns out he may very well have his family members mentioned in the Bible by name. All right, King Arthur's ancestors are mentioned in the Bible by name. If not name, status as well. All right, so... what I want to go for?
Hey, Deacon, before we proceed forward, to those of you listening on the show right now, all praise to the Most High. Thank you for viewing Deacon's Our Hidden History radio show. Make sure you get those likes up. Make sure you get those likes up. Like I said, we see 399 viewers right now. There should be 399 likes. Let's press those likes button right now. It's going to help push the truth further and edify people, all right? So make sure that as many views there should be as many likes.
Right. Some of y'all complain about why we keep saying that because it increases the algorithm. The more views and likes it gets, the more the video trends on YouTube and it pops up more. It gives us more exposure to the public. That's why we keep telling you guys, encouraging you guys to like as much as you can and so forth to increase the algorithm and to increase the viewership of the video content, all right? Mm-hmm. Those of you who may be wondering why we keep emphasizing on viewership and likes, all right? That is the reason why, all right? Mm-hmm. So, I'm kind of going to backtrack a little. We're going to go a little backwards because I left King Arthur and them. I left them. We'll finish with that.
Right.
But I don't want to leave this out, and I may eventually revisit and do this entire thing again, this whole series again, probably on paper, by book, eventually in time. So I figure I might as well just put all the information out there now that I can rewatch the videos and I can pretty much put it together and compile it in order and so forth, in better order, more organized. Because everybody keeps asking about, you gonna put it in the book? You gonna put it in the book? Eventually, I'm not really an author or a book writer, but I'll try to, eventually, have it on paper, this information.
Well, Deacon, nobody's really a book writer until they write a book.
Yeah.
So you will become a book writer.
Yeah.
Just got to start it off, huh?
In time.
I get the first one.
In time.
First one, and the second one, and the third one.
Right, volume 1,
Yeah, we're
2.
going to invest in it and get a boat for the Deacon and put him out on the lake.
To sail out and talk to the angels, right?
A lake house.
A lake house, yeah. Well, those will all praise.
See Deacon's legs up in the air like this, legs pointed out of the boat.
Floating.
Pencil.
Yeah. All right. So we're kind of going to backtrack. Shout outs to Brother Amas for the information he's provided as well. I don't forget.
all praises.
Whoever I send me information, I will shout you out. And to my cousin as well, who also sent me a website we're going to visit as well during the class. It's amazing how we bring certain things out, and Esau comes behind us and brings it out currently. It's crazy how he does things. So where we want to go first? I want to go to...
You want to deal with the
Silurians.
Irish?
Yeah, do the Silurians first. Yeah, it's the same vein. It's the same vein. Yes.
Right.
Go to King Arthur. Go to that first. We're gonna read that. I can hear myself. I don't know why.
There's a feed.
Oh God.
Oh,
God.
Man.
Oh, gosh.
He just got back and he's already messing things up.
Brother.
How many strikes you allowed?
One.
That's all I
If we
need.
talk about Haitian strikes, he got no.
Oh wow. What does that do with anything?
Yo, Cal, why you went to the left like
What's a
that?
Haitian strike? What does that mean?
You gotta sneak things in like that.
Wow.
This is what we have to deal with.
Terribly derogatory. I don't even even means.
Yo, that was bad.
I can't say it was racist because it made no sense, but it was insulting at the same time.
Israel, pray for us, Lila, please.
Yes, pray for
We need
us.
prayers.
Shout out to Laba, man. Shout out to Laba. And,
I love my brothers.
where they only have, you know, I can say nothing. Be quiet.
Regular.
Be quiet. Laba ain't here. Laba, come here. I'm going to curse him out. Forgetting them my kids. All right. Let's go to, I'm holding grudges. Let's go to this side. Go to the left. Left-hand
I
side
called them
first.
Patient Saints today, man. They got on Philly. They called Dirty Philly.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Oh, man.
Wow.
They didn't lie.
Yeah, I had nothing to say against
Yeah,
them.
they didn't lie.
Yeah, they're not lying,
filthy.
but
It is filthy.
they should censor themselves. I mean, it's the truth, but you know,
Worst
you got
city
to
I
learn to keep.
ever seen.
Yo, snow bypass Philly, man.
Yeah, it
Yo,
don't snow here. It's so
bad. Yo,
Crazy where I came.
Yo, it's so bad. Like Philly got its own force field.
It's like the Lord sells the store to go to Philly, and the store goes, Lord, please, send us somewhere else.
Yo, Philly, the white snow comes and Lord, niggas in there. Yeah. So if we touch the ground, we might turn to sludge. Yo, you go to our area, the snow goes out. They say, oh, look at the pretty snow.
Yeah, because it's fresher. It's fresher air.
Yeah. Wait, remember when we looked at the Weather Channel for Philly?
Yeah.
It said with the air quality, bad air quality.
Bad.
Right.
I never seen that in my life.
Philly's terrible.
It's bad.
Man, this is the worst city ever. I thought New York was bad, man.
Oh no, New
York-
York,
oh,
New York is not.
Philly is bad. Let's just read. It's going. Go to the not the highlight side. Go to the other side. We're gonna start from the left-hand side. Go up. We're gonna start from right. Let me see.
Yeah, right there. The
Right
second
there.
paragraph.
Second paragraph. At. That says at, right? I can't.
As.
Yeah, I can't read that.
Hey,
Man.
blow that up for me.
Blow it up. Just cut that whole part out. Just have that page.
Right.
You zoom some more. Make it the whole page.
Right there. That's good.
You bring it down. Move it over. Bring it down. There we go.
It's a little pixelated. I got it though.
Now, many of y'all know about Bran and Caradoc or Caradog, Caradicus. That's King Arthur's ancestors.
Right.
All right? I remember them. I went over this before. In the Cambrian book I went over, it gives the lineage. You have Murig ab Tudrig. You have Arthurus ab Murig. Y'all remember these names. I went over this last week. Go ahead.
Right. Bran is King Arthur is 20th in descent from Bran.
Right. King Arthur is the 20th in descent from Bran. And the name Bran is where Game of Thrones comes from. The main character, the three-eyed raven. Bran is inspired by this guy here. They got the inspiration from Bran. Go ahead.
As Bran and Caradoc, otherwise Brennus or Caraticus, were Silurian princes.
Silurian princes, which were Israelites. Silurian princes. Go ahead.
We may safely conclude that Christianity made its way into Wales as early as into any part of this kingdom.
Because remember, I showed y'all last week that Paul's ministry was in Italy, Gaul, Italy, Spain, Gaul, and Britain. He's going to confirm it here. Watch.
When Bran returned to his native land, some of his family, it is thought, stayed behind and settled at Rome.
Right. 'Cause remember, they were taking hostage at Rome. Him and his son. I think his sons as well. Go ahead.
Of these, Claudia.
Hold on. I said, read again.
Of these, Claudia.
Of these, Claudia. Go ahead.
Mentioned with Prudence and Linus.
Mentioned with Prudence and Linus. Go ahead.
In 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 21.
Right. That's the same people mentioned. So this is the family. This is King Arthur's ancestors.
Right.
Claudia, Prudence, and Linus. So let's get that. 2 Timothy, let's get it. 2 Timothy 4 and 21. So you have King Arthur's descendants in the Bible. In the Bible. Just like you had Hannibal mentioned, not by name, but in the Bible as well.
The book of 2 Timothy, chapter 4, verse 21. Do thy diligence to come before winter. Eubulus greeteth thee.
No, let me get that. Let me get Eusebius. Is Eubulus or Eusebius?
Oh, it says Eubulus here, but if we want Eusebius, I can
Let me
do that
see.
too.
No. What? I want Eusebius. What? Oh, God. Let me see.
Yeah, he said if you want that, you can use that.
I'm going to make words up.
I can give you that if you want, Deacon.
Let me see. Eusebius was a 4 what? 21?
421.
Oh, yes, Eubius. Okay, I'm sorry. Eubius, go ahead.
Do thy diligence to come before winter. Eubulus greeteth thee, and Prudence, and Linus, and Claudia.
And Claudia, go ahead.
And all the brethren.
All the brethren means the Israelites. Now, go back to this now. Read on.
Says Claudia, mentioned with Prudence and Linus, 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 21.
Uh-huh.
It's deemed to have been one.
The one is referring to some of the family, as Bran's family. Claudia, it says, when Bran returned to his native land, some of his family, it is thought, stayed behind and settled at Rome. Claudia is one of them that stayed behind at Rome, because the rest of them returned back to Britain.
Right.
Okay, but she stayed behind in Rome. Go ahead.
And supposed to be the same with Claudia, the wife of Pudens.
Right, so that's Putin's. So Claudia is Putin's wife. Go ahead.
Mentioned by Martial the poet, who wrote in those times and speaks of her as a Breton.
As a what?
As a Breton.
She was a Breton.
Of
Silurian. Go ahead.
Of extraordinary virtue, wit, and beauty.
She was beautiful and wise. Go ahead. And she was a disciple of Paul. The disciples of Paul. Go ahead.
It has been objected that Martial, living in the reign of Trajan, cannot be supposed to speak of Paul's Claudia, who flourished in the reigns of Claudius and Nero. But though he lived in Trajan's reign...
Wait. It says it cannot be supposed to speak of Paul's Claudia. I mean, read again. It has been what? Objected?
It has been objected that Martial, living in the reign of Trajan, cannot be supposed to speak of Paul's Claudia.
Right, go ahead.
Who flourished in the reigns of Claudius and Nero.
Go ahead. Right, during his ministry. Go ahead.
But though he lived in Trajan's reign, he lived also and resided at Rome in the reign of Vespasian.
Uh-huh.
If not in that of Nero.
If not, then that of Nero. Talk about Paul, I believe. Go ahead.
In the epigram. He mentions her in two epigrams, one before, the other after her marriage.
Right, one before her marriage and after she married Pudens. Go ahead.
In which he mentions Claudia might be written in his younger years when she was in her prime.
Right.
Some have thought her to be the daughter of Spartacus.
Some have thought to be the daughter of Spartacus. Go ahead.
It is not unlikely that she was one of his kindred.
So she was of the kindred of King Arthur. Claudia was a descendant, an ancestor of King Arthur. Go ahead.
Her Roman name is no objection.
Her Roman name, as she received, being brought a prisoner by the Romans, Claudia, as in Claudius Caesar. Her Roman name, go ahead.
Her Roman name is no objection as one of Spartacus' sons.
Remember, she was a Breton. Keep that in mind. Go ahead.
Is known to have borne the name of Octavius.
So her brother what?
Says her Roman name is no objection, as one of Spartacus' sons is known to have borne the name of Octavius.
Right, go ahead. Roman name, Octavius, means eighth born, Octavius. Go ahead.
Pomponia.
Graecina,
the wife of Lucia Plantius.
I think it's Aius.
Aius Plantius. Claudius' lieutenant, and the first Roman governor
Claudius's lieutenant.
Sorry, Claudius's lieutenant and the first Roman governor here. Has also been thought a Breton and a Christian.
So even Claudius's lieutenant, Emperor Claudius's lieutenant, may have been also an Israelite, a Roman governor here, thought to be a Breton and a Christian. Go ahead.
And one of the very earliest British Christians. Of her, Tacitus says, Pomponia Graecina, an illustrious lady, married to Plautius, who was honored with an ovation.
So Pomponia Graecina, an illustrious lady, she married Plautius, Aius Plautius, who was Claudius's lieutenant. She married him. Go ahead.
Who was honored with an ovation or lesser triumph for his victories in Britain. Who accused of having embraced a...
Most likely was going into their Christianity. Now go up. It cuts off from there. Years not after this, go down to Tacitus. Start from there. Tacitus, no doubt.
Tacitus, no doubt, deemed the lives of the primitive Christians.
So wait. So Tacitus was not a Christian himself, but he wrote a lot about the Christians, which is good because that shows you that basically he was in opposition to the Christian faith, which is good because I believe him among other men mentioned the existence of Christ. I believe him among others I think Suetonius, they make mention of the Messiah. And Josephus also, who are anti-Christians or not Christians at all, make reference to the Messiah being a living person. So he's a credible source regarding the Lord, I believe, regarding the Messiah's existence. Him and a few others. I believe he's one of them. Go ahead.
Tacitus, no doubt, deemed the lives of the primitive Christians.
Primitive means the original or ancient Christians. Go ahead.
glory and melancholy.
He gloomy.
Gloomy.
Gloomy. So he deemed our religion to be sad and sad and depressing. Go ahead.
And had he been called upon to describe them, he would, in all probability, have represented their religion as a vile foreign superstition.
He will speak evil of it. Go ahead.
And the sobriety and severity of their lives, abstaining from pagan rites and excesses.
Right. People said about us now, you guys are too into that Bible. You take that Bible too seriously. You don't celebrate New Year's. You don't celebrate Christmas. You don't celebrate Halloween. You guys are gloomy. You guys are boring. America's going to be destroyed. White man's the devil, blah, 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 blah. You guys are depressing. It's the same reputation we had now as we did back then. Go ahead.
As a continual solitude, decimal dullness, and intolerable austerity. It was
read again. As a continual what?
Solitude.
Solitude. We stayed to ourselves.
Decimal dullness.
Dismal dullness. You don't celebrate all the pagan customs, the New Year's, the Christmas, the Halloween. We don't go clubbing. We don't go partying. We stay to ourselves. So he's a pagan. He deemed that boring. We were boring. Go ahead.
And intolerable, I'm thinking austerity.
Austerity. An intolerable, I like that. And the Christians had an intolerable austerity. We didn't play no games. No, I don't celebrate that. No, I don't celebrate this either. No, I don't do that.
Strict.
I don't eat that. I don't drink that. I don't go to clubs. I don't do that. I don't celebrate that. No, thank you. I'll pass. Nah, I'm good. Intolerable. Homosexuality? Nah, we're not with that. Pedophilia? Nah, we ain't with that either. We had an intolerable austerity. Why? Because we were followers of the true Messiah who was intolerable also.
That's right.
And austere also.
Correct.
That's why. Read on. So you Christians today are full of BS because y'all are tolerant and y'all have no austerity at all. So he's not referring to you. You're pagan Christians. Pagan Christians. That's you. Go ahead.
It was the way, says.
It was what?
It was the way.
It was the way. It was referred to by the Romans as that way or the way. Remember what Christ said? I am the way, the truth, and the life. Some of y'all watch that show Star Wars, Mandalorian, when he says this is the way. Because Star Wars is based upon the Bible also. Jedi, all that based upon the Bible. The Republic, the Jedi, that's all Esau versus Jacob. That's all that is. Yoda, Judah, it's all the same. Jedi is Judah. Oh, they know who, and the guy that wrote Star Wars is Jewish, from George Lucas, right?
Yep, he is.
He's so-called. Married to a Jake. Or ex-wife, I think, or whatever. Either way, that show is based upon Bible. All right? So our religion was deemed superstitious. Why? Because we believe in the end times, Christ will show up, come from the sky, destroy things. So to some, that's superstition. Oh, no, your Messiah is going to show up and crack the sky open. So we were deemed superstitious. All right? So read on, I'm sorry. We were intolerable.
Hey,
intolerable
they deem
austerity.
Us,
Go ahead.
They deem us superstitious. They say, oh, you guys believe a black man's going to come out the sky and save you. Listen, you dumb, listen, Bob, you dumbasses believe that a white man's going to come down with a reindeer on
in the chimney.
chimney and give you presents with elves.
Right.
You call us superstitious and you believe a damn bunny rabbit lay eggs.
Right.
So, yo.
Right, it's a two-edged sword. You got
Who's
sound
the dummy
stupid.
now?
Yeah.
It was the way, says Bishop Stillingfleet, of the men of that time, such as Suetonius and Pliny.
Suetonius, another guy that mentions Christ as well in his writings. Suetonius, go ahead, and Pliny, go ahead.
As well as Tacitus, to speak of Christianity as a barbarous and wicked superstition.
Damn. So they spoke of Christianity as a wicked and barbarous and wicked superstition. Go ahead.
As appears by their writings, being forbidden by their laws.
Being forbidden by our laws. Go ahead.
Which they made the only rule of their religion.
Which we made the only rule of our religion. These are Christians. These are Christians that were keeping the law. So I understand these Christians today. Oh, the law's done away with. It says that these guys are forbidden to do things based upon their laws. The Christians were forbidden to do things based upon their laws. So what Christianity are y'all following today? Go ahead.
This trial of Pomponia happened, it seems, while Nero and Copernicus.
So the trial of Pomponia, I believe, is Gracina, right? Pomponia Gracina, I believe,
right.
so it's
Yes,
referring to the sister. This trial of Pomponia, who was a Christian, Pomponia Gracia, who was the wife of Aius Plautius. So his wife was on trial. Go ahead.
It seems why Nero and Copernicus Piso were consuls after the Apostle Paul's coming to Rome.
Stop. After the Apostle Paul's coming to Rome. Go ahead.
The first time.
The first time he went. Go ahead. The second time he got killed, I believe. Go ahead.
And therefore, she may not unreasonably be supposed one of his converts.
Wait, read again. She what? It appears that what?
And therefore, she may not unreasonably be supposed one of his converts.
See that? So Paul may have reached out to that sister and converted her over. I said to y'all last week that Paul, or his, if not him, his apostles under him, or those under disciples, reached these people. So they're saying it's not a doubt that maybe Paul reached this sister and taught her, this Britain. Okay, go ahead.
It appears that there were other persons of distinction among the apostles' friends.
Then, like Barnabas, Timothy, his friends, go ahead.
Then at Rome.
That were at Rome, go ahead.
These of Caesar's household.
These of Caesar's household, go ahead.
Among whom might be some of these British captives.
So those who are of Caesar's household were those British captives that were brought over. Caradicus' family, Brand's family. So those of Caesar's household may have been some of those British captives. Hold on. Get Philippians now. Those of Caesar's household were part of that same British family that was taken captive. Like Claudia's family, them.
And Deacon, I don't know if you mentioned this week, but Caradicus, there was a war going on.
Right.
And Caradicus was him and his family and Brand or them, how they got into Rome, they was taken captive into Rome.
Right.
Okay.
Because a sister
right, because the sister betrayed him and
Right.
gave them up to the Romans.
Right. Get Philippians chapter 4, verse 21.
The book of Philippians, chapter 4, verse 21.
Uh-huh.
Salute every saint in Christ Jesus. The brethren which are with me greet you.
22, watch this.
All the saints salute you.
Watch this.
Chiefly they that are of Caesar's household.
You go. That's King Arthur's family too.
Bring it out.
That's King Arthur's family too. Claudia and those of Caesar's household. Those who worked in Caesar's house. Those are Britons. Those are Israelites. Those are Silurian blood that were in Caesar's house. Right. That's probably her name was given Claudia. That's her slave, probably her slave name was Claudia. Named after who? Claudius Caesar. So those of Caesar's household, Claudia, these are King Arthur's ancestors. Okay? King Arthur descends from these people here in the Bible, just like we do. Mm-hmm. Now, speaking of Celts and Saxons and Britons, get that article, please. Shout out to my cousin. Shout out to my cousin for finding this.
All praises.
Mm-hmm.
This is recent. It's funny how whenever we bring something out, Esau comes behind us and just verifies it. The Lord is an amazing God.
And the deacon and I were speaking just prior to the show. Every time we bring information out, it's like the Lord feeds us for more information. He put a dumb spirit in Esau. And Esau like, hey, let me write an article. Yeah, these have nothing to do with these people.
And tell myself.
Yeah, let me tell myself. Man, all praise to the Most High. Let's get a hand clap for the Most High. Thank you, the Father, for allowing us to bring out your information and feeding us the tools to bring down this wicked kingdom.
If you don't believe us, we have a cosign right here. If you don't believe us, there's a cosign right here.
Your daddy.
Yeah, your daddy. Your daddy. If we're liars, he told the truth, right? So here we go. Go to the blow up some more. Blow it up some more. Ancient bones. Go ahead.
Ancient bones revealed Irish are not Celts after all.
Oh, ancient bones revealed the Irish are not Celts. Who are the Irish today? Is it black people today Irish? No. That's white people who are called Irish today. It says this ancient bones reveal the Irish are not Celts. Because the Irish descend from the Celts. The Celts come from the Saxons. The Saxons are the Silurians and Israelites that fled to those areas during the time of Assyria and Babylon.
They just borrowed the name.
They just borrowed the name. Esau just conquer the people and take the name over. Ancient bones reveal Irish are not Celts after all. Continue.
A 2016 discovery in Coal Atrium could completely, after the perception that Irish people are descended from Celts.
Ooh, they destroy that. A 2016 discovery. Now, Esau Ben had this. They're just releasing it now because niggas don't read. Go ahead. Wait.
Let's go to the bone. What are you doing, man?
No. What's the No, go some. What's the date?
2000 and oh no, I'm sorry.
December.
Irish Central Staff. The Irish Central Staff, December the 2nd, 2020.
Woo! A few months ago.
Wait.
They discovered this 4 years ago, and this article's it's only a month, 2 months old. A few weeks ago.
So that's how the Mossad work.
They probably watched the show.
Right after.
Yeah,
Right after the
they
show.
stop
They
playing
probably
with
watched
us,
the
man.
show like, look, man, we might as well just go ahead. And,
Yeah, let's bring this out.
They said we lost again. We
about
suck
to die
again.
in
How these guys keep on outbetting us? Look. Wait, go down. What? Okay, what does the bones describe? Let me see. What's the description? Go down.
the bones could blow it up.
Could alter.
The bones could, come on, man. The bones could alter how we think about Irish ancestry.
Watch this.
The chance discovery of ancient bones under an Irish pub in the mid-2000s has cast doubt over whether Irish people are actually related to the ancient Celts at all.
Watch this. Remember I said to y'all before, you had different kinds of Celts. You had the original, you had Japhet that was there. Oh, that's what I got to bring out. Damn. Go ahead, read that. I got to post that too. About the original Romans. Who sent me this? Who sent me that article? The original Romans. Go ahead. Go ahead, read that.
In 2006,
I'm going to try to listen along.
Bertie Curry was clearing land to make a driveway for McQuaig's bar on Rathlin Island off Antrim when he noticed a large, flat stone buried beneath the surface.
Keep going.
Curry realized that there was a large gap underneath the stone and investigated further. I shot the torch in and saw the gentleman well, his skull and bones. Curry told the Washington Post in March 2016.
Come on.
He eventually found the remains of 3 humans and immediately
They found some bones under an Irish pub, 2000s. Go ahead.
He eventually found the remains of 3 humans and immediately called the police. The police arrived on the scene and discovered that this was not a crime scene but an ancient burial site.
Wow, go ahead.
It turned out to be a hugely significant ancient burial site as well that, with DNA analysis, could completely after the perception that Irish people are descended from Celts.
Come on.
A number of prominent professors at esteemed universities in Ireland and Britain
Ireland and Britain, go ahead. Where King Arthur's from, go ahead.
analyzed the bones and said that the discovery could rewrite Irish history and ancestry.
Go ahead, come on.
DNA researchers found that the 3 skeletons found under Curry's pub are the ancestors of modern Irish people and predate the Celts' arrival on Irish shores by around 1,000 years.
Come on.
Essentially,
It ain't no billions of years, so Stone Age nonsense going either. That's pretty, 2,000 years. That's decent. Go ahead.
Essentially, Irish DNA existed in Ireland before the Celts ever set foot on the island.
Come on.
Instead, Irish ancestors may have come to Ireland from the Bible lands in the Middle East.
Oh, whoa.
And you know they're gonna throw the little bone in there from the
Yeah,
Middle East.
yeah, Middle East.
Exactly.
You know
where it came
exactly
from.
what that
You
is.
said-
It mentions Bible, so you know what we're talking
let me
about.
read that
That's
again.
That's why I said, look at the damn bones. I look like a mad black man right
Yeah.
there. Look his face.
Go back to the bones. Go back to the
No,
bones.
he says it smells like stench. It smells like white pepper.
Oh,
Hey, look.
Look at that head.
Yo, he's mad as hell. It's a mad black man.
Like
He
Levi.
said, I gotta.
man.
Here we go
shit.
again. Here we go again.
Oh, yo,
Yeah,
you do
my
got
bad.
that Levi head.
My bad.
Oh, damn. Yo, you got that
Hey,
Levi head.
hey, nah, hold on.
Mr. Kool-Aid head.
Hey, hold on.
Oh, man.
Hey, listen,
sorry, I just wanna
listen.
get some- I just wanna get one in. I'm sorry.
Officer LaQuat. They're just confirming that we are who we supposed to be, man. That's our
Oh,
bones,
my
man.
gosh.
You know what I mean?
Listen, you're
Somebody
right.
in
You
the
can't
group-
deny that head ain't Levi.
Look. Somebody in the comments said Captain Joy gonna be mad as hell when he find out he's Levi.
Yo.
That's Captain Ancestor, that Levi right there.
Yeah, it's got the
Hey, Levi thought they was the head of the class with that head. And Judah had to take over.
Damn.
You my brother, though. All praise.
Go back up.
Wow. Insult
I
you
pray
and give
for you,
you.
man.
I don't really believe that right there. Man.
Go back up. The Bible.
Right there.
Right there. Read it again.
Instead, Irish ancestors may have come to Ireland from the Bible lands in the Middle East.
We know where that is. We're going over this for numerous parts. Israelites migrated over there during the trade. And they got 10 over there. They mined 10 in these areas. And all metals in these areas. So we know who it's referring to. It's referring to Israelites. Bible lands. Come on, man. Stop playing dumb with us. So you know who it is. These are Israelites. That's who it is. They found niggas under a pub. That's what they found. nigga bones
Gotta say it
buried
like that.
under a pub.
Mad
and,
as hell.
said, and said, damn, these are some niggas here.
Right.
But these are ancient Irish. We can't be Irish.
Can't be Irish.
That's exactly what they're saying.
Prevailing evidence, Esau has that for a habit, always building over our burial grounds.
Yeah.
Yep, you're right.
They have
you're right.
no respect for our dead.
100%, you're on point with that.
And that's what that shows.
All
Yep.
my
It
great
shows their trait.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
100%
Even
on
then.
point.
So over here, you got the churches, the courthouse.
Churches, yep.
on
The
top of
African
the
burial
bones.
burial ground exhibit,
Yeah.
Native Americans, all of that.
No respect for
The
it.
universities, Hampton University, Carlisle Institute, all burial ground. Read it again, please.
Instead, Irish ancestors may have come to Ireland.
No, there's no may have. They did come from there. We brought this out numerous parts ago. Read it again.
Instead, Irish ancestors may have come to Ireland from the Bible lands in the Middle East.
Israel.
They might have arrived in Ireland from the South Mediterranean.
South Mediterranean is still Israel. Israel borders the Mediterranean Sea.
Hey, Deacon, they said the Bible lands in the
Bible
Middle
lands.
East. They throw that Bible lands because they know people don't read.
Right.
They don't know what Bible lands
Bible
really
lands
are.
is Israel, right?
Yeah.
Phoenicia,
why can't you say
Phoenicia.
Israel?
Right, just say Israel. They ain't gonna say that. Go ahead.
They might have
It'll
arrived.
confuse people. If,
Yeah.
if the Israelites are white, it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
They slick. Go ahead.
They might have arrived in Ireland from the South Mediterranean and would have brought cattle, cereal, and ceramics with them.
Yeah, we had ships. We bought sheep. We moved there. We traveled. We did trading and said, hey, you know what? Let's stay here.
Build a community.
All right, go ahead.
The proceedings of the National Academy of Science said in 2015 that the bones strikingly resembled those of contemporary Irish, Scottish, and Welsh people.
Yeah, no, it's black people. Go ahead.
A retired archaeology professor at the highly renowned University of Oxford said that the discovery could completely change the perception of Irish ancestry.
Right, because they came from Israel. That's why.
Oxford University.
Oxford University. Oxford. Oxford University. You know how white folks speak. University, Oxford, Cambridge.
And
They drag their words.
And we always tell people, like, you know, we don't teach religion. We teach our identity through the Bible.
Right.
Now, by them taking our names, we don't know what our inheritance are.
Right.
That land they're occupying is technically our forefathers' land.
Right, pretty much.
You know, so if we don't know our history, we think this is all just boring stuff.
Right.
You lost.
Right.
Yeah, remember Moses told us where we set our foot in?
Right, because remember, Japheth was there first. We took our portion, so yes.
Hey, mate. Oil, mate. That's how they speak, right?
Maybe. The DNA evidence based on those bones completely upends the traditional view, said Barry Cunliffe, an emeritus professor of archaeology at Oxford. Radiocarbon dating at Curry's McQuaig's Bar found that the ancient bones date back to at least 2000 BC, which is hundreds of years older than the oldest known Celtic artifacts anywhere in the world.
So these predate. So I say no, it's the ancient inhabitants. 2000 BC, okay. So that's around Solomon's time. Around there, 2000s, I believe.
Dan Bradley, a genetic professor.
Or 3000, something like that. Go ahead.
Dan Bradley, a genetic professor at Trinity College, said in 2016 that the discovery could challenge the popular belief that Irish people are related to Celts. The genomes of the contemporary people in Ireland are older, much older than we previously thought, he said.
That's all I want. We let that go. That's all I want. So, let you know, they came originally from Bible lands. That's Israel. That's what that is. Now, give me that thing now about how they took over the castles. We want that now. Just to show you. So the Irish you know of today aren't the real Irish. And we're gonna show you a book right now that tells you what took place, how they became Irish. That website, that book that Jez sent you. Let's get
Page
some of that.
37.
Page 37. Come on. That should have it.
Esau was cringing when he wrote that article.
Yeah, he's mad as hell.
Look, he had a spirit holding his hand. Like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, he ain't meant to write it.
He was like, nah.
He wanted to say Israel. He was like, Bible lands. Bible lands. All right. Whew, I can't say Israel. It's too much.
Right.
Damn.
He's fighting it. Go ahead.
All right.
Check this out.
North Americans profess horror at the intermarriage of white and colored types, which is so common in South America.
Damn. Read again.
North
Many
American. Oh, I'm
North
sorry.
Americans.
Sorry. Many North Americans profess horror at the intermarriage of white and colored types,
Damn. Black and white people. Go ahead.
which is so common in South America.
Yeah, it was.
Mark well then that the first contact of the Portuguese and Spanish with a darker skinned people was the contact of the conqueror with their brown skinned conquerors.
Ah, so white folks deemed it to be a horror to intermingle with colored people during the time when they ruled in South America, when they conquered the natives and brought slaves over. That was, they called it miscegenation. Miscegenation means mixing. It was a horror and it was illegal to intermarry, whether a white woman and black man or vice versa. Okay? But, read that part again, the second part again?
Yes, sir. You want me to start from the top?
Mark well.
Mark well then that the first contact of the Portuguese and Spanish with a darker skinned people was the contact of the conquered
So the conquered was the Spanish and Portuguese whites. Go ahead.
with their brown skinned conquerors.
With the brown-skinned conquerors, the Moors. We conquered them. What we do? Take their women and lay with their women. Go ahead.
And the darker man was the more cultured, more learned, more artistic.
The blacker man was the cultured. The black man was the what?
Was the more cultured, more learned,
Wisest
more artistic.
and more talented.
Innovative.
Go ahead. Innovative. Go ahead.
He lived in the castles.
We lived in the castles.
Wow.
There you go.
We lived in the castles.
Where's Michael Blackson when you need him?
Where Lord of the Rings at? Where the hell is Gandalf? You lying bastards. Huh? Where the Hobbit at? Where he at? We lived in the castles. Go ahead.
He lived in the castles and occupied the towns.
We occupied the towns. We had the castles. Go ahead.
He was the rich man,
We were the rich man.
and the Portuguese became serfs upon his land.
And they were our slaves in our land. The white man was a slave in our land. He was a serf. He was the butler. He was the nigger. Go ahead.
Under such conditions,
Under such conditions, when blacks ruled, that's the dark ages, brothers and sisters.
Bring it
that's
out.
right, bring it
That
up.
Elon Musk is afraid of to return after World War III. He knows his fate.
Hey, and they
Y'all
made it
niggas
worse.
asleep out here.
And they made it worse by giving a $600 stimulus check. Oh, you made it way worse. You gonna get it now.
Yeah? You gonna buy more books.
Bring it out, Cat.
Oh, no, I'm talking about the king though. That's a little money, $600.
Oh, yeah.
We wanted more money, so we gonna we gonna inflict more pain on you now.
Go ahead.
Where's
Right.
the
Cutting
rest?
the check in half.
You got 24 hours to give us $2,000 stimulus check. 24
You got 5
hours.
minutes.
You got 5 minutes.
Go ahead.
We're going to act like we fighting to give it to y'all.
Right. Go ahead.
Under such conditions, it will be deemed an honor for the white to marry or mate with the governing class,
Wow.
the brown man, instead of the reverse.
Wow. So it was an honor when we ruled for the white woman to marry a black man. So she climbed the status ladder, or she was put on a high pedestal when she married a nigger.
So basically, she said, "I made it."
I made it, right. Back then,
That's
you
the
made it when you married us.
So that's the flip side of it. With the
That's the
black
flip
man.
side.
Yep.
She was the white
Damn.
what they call it?
White bourgeoisie.
At
She
that
was
time.
a white bourgeoisie when she married a Negro. When we had the castles.
She was the
and we
better
had the lands.
Trading places.
Trading,
Damn.
thank you. Trading places.
Wow.
Trading places.
That's why the Most High says, your turning of things shall be
Ups-
esteemed. Your
Right,
turn
as
of
the
things
po-
shall
let's
be
get that, Isaiah
upside
29.
down. Isaiah 29.
Yeah. 29, but 15? So King Arthur and them, they was up in them castles. The Moors was up in them castles.
Isaiah 29, verse 15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord. And their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us?
These are the families that rule the earth in dark places and so forth we don't know about. The y'all are afraid of. Rosicrucians, ooh, the Rothschilds, oh, they're spooky. Yikes, joint, scoob, zoints. That's you scary Negroes out there, you BHIs.
Scared of nerds with glasses.
Scared of white folks that own roads and so forth.
Thinking these are all nerds with glasses on.
Pretty much. That have our money in their
That's it.
possession.
It's scared
These are Edomites families that stole our wealth and capitalized off it, you scared of them. Okay, continue.
Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay.
Surely you're turning of things upside down. So if things are upside down right now where they're ruling, then what's right side up? Us ruling and them being the slaves. That's right side up. Read again.
Surely your turning of things upside down
Shall be what?
shall be esteemed as the potter's
Because
clay.
the Lord's going to say, nope, that's wrong, and mold it right back to how it originally was. Like potter's clay. Continue.
For shall the work say of him that made it?
Because that's what Esau says. The one who turned things upside down, he says what?
Shall the work say of the thing that made it? He made me not?
Yeah, evolution, the Big Bang. That's what Esau says today. Go ahead.
Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it? He had no understanding.
Yeah, he's wrong for that. We should be ruling, not the black man. We should rule. Nope. That's how it goes. That's all I want.
Hey, Deacon, you can see Esau knows that those are our castles. They put an example in the movie Dracula Untold.
Yes.
Okay, but they you can see. I remember Bishop brought out. You can see in the background it's a picture of us. Okay, so they put it in their movies. They
Not
throw
even
it in.
that. Right. That they filmed in the actual castles.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry. They filmed it.
Fuck
Yes.
that part. They filmed in our castles. Oh yes, Dracula was black, by the way. Ivan Dracul was black.
Right.
That was Vlad Dracul the Impaler. Not Ivan, Vlad Dracul. Vlad the Impaler was black also. Those are all us. That's us ruling. And they filmed that movie in his castle.
Actual castle.
And in the castle, you see all his pictures. It's black people all in the background. In our castle. And Negroes is watching it like, yeah, bats. He's using the bats.
Right.
And you got black people all in the background on the walls of our castle. Then in the movie 10 Commandments, they're filming in Egypt also. You got black folks on the walls in Egypt too.
It's crazy.
And white folks are they're so prideful and emboldened that happens the world in such darkness. They ain't gonna catch on to
They'll
this.
figure it out.
They ain't gonna figure this out. Oh, but we have. We figured it out. And you're making it worse with these articles. Now let's get some more. Again, shout out to my brother Amas. Let's get some more on Gladiators. Let's get some more on the Gladiators now. Let's get some more. Like I said, I'm backtracking a little bit. I don't want to leave these things out. I showed y'all last week about how they had us fighting in the arenas. The Carthaginians are fighting in the arenas. I showed you that in the clip of Spartacus. Keep the Spartacus in mind. This is an image, blow that up some. I'll start from here. That's backwards. I'll start from here. And it shows, what does it say there? It says Rome what?
Roman baths and hypocaust.
Right, that's their bathrooms. I'm surprised they even use those. Go on, what does it say there? Roman what?
Roman theater with marble seats and columns.
Right, Roman theater with marble seats and columns. Go ahead.
The corridor around the Roman theater. Plate 7-1, a polished excavation at Com El Duca, Alexandria.
You go down there, what's that head right there? A bust right there, head of who?
Plate 7-2, head of a statue of Vespasian.
That's Vespasian right there. That's his face. That's how he looked. That's Vespasian. His son Titus are the ones who overthrew Jerusalem. Keep that in mind. Don't blow it up some, but go to his face again. Him and his son overthrew Jerusalem in 70 A.D. Keep that in mind. We're going to go to that soon enough. Now go to the next image now regarding the gladiators. After they conquered us and had us fight in the arenas, let's see what we're doing. There you go. Blow it up right there. Bring it down. Bring it down. Boom. That's a black man right there on the left.
Damn.
Gladiator right there and on the right. And he has a double-edged axe on his hand on the right-hand side.
Shoulder.
On the shoulder, laying on the shoulder. It's just double-sided axe.
That's crazy.
Bring it down. Black people. Israelites. Read that.
Plate 7-3, statuette of a black gladiator, standing, wearing a tunic, a cuirass, and helmet, and armed with a shield and dagger.
So he's wearing a helmet, but he's a black man. Like the last book I showed y'all before, they're wearing helmets. Those afros under them helmets. I said it before.
Look at the nose and the lip.
Look at his nose and look at his face.
That's crazy.
Ain't no why you can't get white out of that. Go to the next one.
Plate 7-4, statuette of a black warrior holding a double axe.
Another gladiator holding a double axe. See that? That's us fighting in the arenas. Those who fought against Vespasian ended up in the arena fighting lions and tigers and bears. Males and females. And prisoners. Go on down. Go to that next image there. Look at his hair. Oh, look what he had in his mouth. Look at his hair. Look at his face. Read that.
Plate 7-5. A earthenware towel. Black figure kneeling and blowing a musical instrument.
So he's an entertainer. A black figure blowing an instrument. He's an entertainer.
Usher.
Right. Usher.
Usher. Wow.
Oh, man. Go over. He's an usher. That's messed up. Go over. Let's say.
Plate 7-6. A head of a tetrarch.
Head of a tetrarch. It might be a Herodian. Head of a tetrarch. Might be a Herod. Who knows? Head of a tetrarch. Who knows? It doesn't say who it is. But it's an Edomite also. So that's all. That's it, right? That's it?
Yes, sir. That's it.
That's all I want. So now, let's get into, what else did I want? Oh, these are Romans, right? What else did I want again? Oh, that book. With Hannah. Oh, that one. Yeah. This book here. Yeah, show that one. Show the cover. Let me get the cover. Let me get it. This book is good too. I got a bunch. It's called Imperial Rome. Great Ages of Man. Imperial Rome. It's a good book by Moses Hadass. It's a cover right here. You can zoom if you want. It's a cover here. All right. I'll hold it up. I know y'all can't see over the third, lower third. Here you go. It's called Imperial Rome, The Ages of Man, Imperial Rome by Moses Hadass.
Right.
Okay.
Leadership brought this book out a while back.
Leadership brought this out a long time ago. And the elders of the old school, way back, our elders had this book. They used it also. Charles Laquat, he presented it to us. It's a throwback, but it's good information in it. Watch this.
Blow it up.
See that lion right there? The lion, and you see the head. Tournament of Beasts. Let's read that. Tournament of Beasts. You read that?
Yes, sir.
Blow it up. Move it over. Go it over. Just make the whole page. Yes, thank you. Go ahead.
Tournament of Beasts and amphitheaters like the one above.
And remember earlier, amphitheaters, they said that the theaters had what? Marble seats and marble columns. Right. It's the same thing. Go ahead.
Romans could see, according to Pliny the Younger, that the love
Pliny, remember Pliny? Suetonius, Pliny, and Tacitus. So Pliny is a writer writing about the amphitheaters of Rome. Watch this. Keep Rome in mind. Go ahead.
According to Pliny the Younger, that the love of glory and the desire to win inhabited the bodies of even slaves and criminals.
Israelites. Go ahead.
The crowds, delighted to see odd spectacles, domesticated panthers, pulling chariots in harness.
Domesticated panthers. Damn. Pulling what?
Pulling chariots in harness. Or elephants kneeling before the emperor's box to write Latin in the sand with their trunks.
Wow, they had elephants writing in Spanish.
Something that it was with the zoo.
There's damn circus.
Yeah, circus.
They had elephants writing in Latin on the ground with their trunks. Go ahead. Trained elephants. Go ahead.
In the box to write Latin in the sand with their trunks. Bears wrestling buffalo, or bulls battling rhinoceros. The impresarios who staged these spectacles were always thinking up unequal matches. An army of archers might meet a pack of panthers, or a gladiator might be forced to fight for his life against a lion.
To the right.
To the right. So that pick again.
It's a lion right there.
Go back down to the writing for me.
Go down to the bottom
of the picture.
Right there.
A triumphant lion brought to a pitch of madness by starvation.
So they starved the lion on purpose. Go ahead. Like they did with Daniel. When they threw him in the lion's den, they starved the lions for days just to kill Daniel, and they still didn't touch him. Go ahead.
Prepares to devour a fallen gladiator. In such matches, a fighter usually was equipped with short sword, shield, and armed guard.
So go over. Let's see how he looks. Lion right there, he obviously lost this battle. The lion was in madness for hunger. Go to the man's head. Look at the lion right there. It's obviously a lion. Go to their head. Blow it up. Look at the hair on his head. It's a freaking afro on the head. That's a black man's head on the ground.
Straight wool right there.
Straight wool. Mm-hmm. Like the ones he showed you earlier with the axe in his hand. Same thing. Like the guy playing instrument. Same hair. Swirled around. Wool. Y'all say what y'all want, man.
Go out. Dick, you want next page, right?
Yeah. There's some more. Just in case you're confused, go to the writing to the left. Go over the writing to the left. Blow it up, bring it up the topic. Bring up the topic. There you go.
Bizarre games for gladiators.
Same book. Go ahead.
Hail, Emperor. Those who are about to die salute you. With this solemn address, the gladiators scheduled to fight filed past the imperial
So
box.
they had the warriors say, "Hail, hail, Emperor! To those who are about to die, salute you."
Damn. Disrespect.
Hey, Deacon, they did that in the movie
Gladiator.
Gladiator.
Yeah, with Maximus.
Maximus.
Go ahead.
Most of them were prisoners of war.
Whoa, stop. This was last week. We showed y'all last week the prisoners of war were Israelites. But there's most of them. You had heathens too, but most of them, and the Carthaginians, Hannibal's people, most of them were prisoners of war. Go ahead.
Slaves
That's still Israelites.
are criminals.
Go ahead. Those who fought against Rome, criminals also.
Sent through stern training schools.
They were put through stern training schools like Spartacus. They had a training school. Stern training schools. Even in Gladiator, they had training schools. Go ahead.
The night before, they had been feasted at a lavish banquet.
They would be eat well before their deaths. Go ahead.
Where fans came to eye favorites and gamblers to estimate odds.
Watch this.
Now, in the stands,
Stop. In the stance of the arena, watch this.
peddlers hawked cold drinks, buns, and sausages.
Sound familiar? You go to a game, what do they give you? Hot dogs, drinks, beer. Nothing new under the sun.
And then on top of it says favorite gamblers. What do they have? The gambling.
Right, peddler, right? Gambler, have gamblers. They have bets. They place bets.
Sport. What's it called? They got a sports.
They call pull something. I forgot the name of it. With the gamblers.
But it gets more, it gets deeper. Go down, the more unusual.
The more unusual the contest, the better the Romans liked it. Gladiators often fought with mismatched weapons.
Watch this.
Negroes, a rare sight in Rome, were matched with each other.
That's a lie. They were not a rare sight in Rome. Because they brought King Arthur's people over there. Silurians were black. Paul was there. Aquila and Priscilla were Israelites. They were in Italy. Claudius kicked the Jews out of Rome. They weren't a rare sight. That's a lie. But nonetheless, it says Negroes, a rare sight were what?
Negroes, a rare sight in Rome, were matched with each other.
So that head that was you saw earlier in that lion was a Negro head. Go ahead.
A dwarf might be pitted against a woman.
Esau's weird, man. Esau had women fighting against midgets. It's crazy, man. Crazy. We laughing. It's crazy. It's funny as hell. But it's crazy, man.
A superb fighter became a popular idol. And
Wait. A superb fighter what?
became a popular idol.
Whoa. A superb fighter became a popular idol. Tyson, Ali, Mayweather, Deontay Wilder, Sugar Ray Leonard, Muhammad Ali. They became a popular idol. Go ahead.
And might even win his freedom.
And might win his freedom. And usually when they won their freedom, they became gladiator trainers. After they won their freedom, they would raise up gladiators under their own tutelage and make money off of them. After they gained their freedom, the movie Gladiator, the man that owned them was an ex-gladiator who won his freedom.
And Deacon, funny said that's the same thing too with the boxers. Once they're retired, they become trainers.
Right. It's like Mayweather's father.
Right. They open up a gym.
And started again. Yeah. Nothing new under the sun. Continue.
And might even win his freedom. But if a gladiator who had made a poor showing fell, the crowd shouted, "Cut his throat!" And the emperor turned thumbs down, sealing the loser's fate.
See, that's in the movie. And he would go like this and go, and they have him killed, like the movie. Now let's get some images. Go over. Let's see who's fighting. Look at the animals there. Go to the black guy. Come on. Zoom it into the black guy. Go over to the bears and all that. Look at the brother right there. Look at him. Look at the brother right there. Look at him. You can't deny that's a black man fighting in there. Fighting each other, fighting other humans and animals at the same time. May the best man win.
It's great.
Go down. Let's see where this is found at. Go down. What does it say there? Go to the bottom.
A battle of beasts features a whipper who forces a naked victim to separate a chained bear and a bull. The whippers holds another victim by the hair in preparation for the next event.
Damn. So you get the black guy was the whipper. They had the black guy as the whipper in this image here. So he's involved.
And Deacon,
We were either being whipped or being the whippers. See? He's holding by his hair, whipping his hand. See, whipping his hand right there? See that? And you got Edomites also, heathens too, all fighting. But the main fighters was us.
Deacon, can
Yeah.
I throw something as a real quick excerpt? In the book Nature's No Color Line.
Okay,
While
yeah.
you was bringing that out, I thought about a few things that I read, which contradicts the fact that we, as Negroids, were put out of Rome or wasn't there.
Or were rare in Rome.
Rare, right. Read this for me. Where the two X's are.
Take a picture and send it to me.
Huh? Huh? You want to take a picture? You can put it up? All right.
Just say something, but I'll talk in the meantime.
right.
So as you can see here, Negroes are not rare in Rome. Negroes are very
Not
much
at all.
in Rome. All right, the Bible mentions it. Paul's ministry was there. They brought us captives there from Britain. King Arthur's ancestors there. So that's a lie.
Hey, Deacon, also, I know in a lot of the movies, you see the gladiator, like in Spartacus, you see them fighting. That's watered down. These gladiators, we were elite fighters. That's why they had the training schools. So the gladiators, they knew the body. They knew the anatomy. So they knew how to kill you in certain spots. And a lot of, the book, it says a lot of fighters, a lot of Moab, they take from the gladiators. They handed down that type of fighting
Right.
to Moab and them. They use that now.
Wow. So the martial arts movies you see of them fighting, they learned that from the gladiatorial, from the gladiator warriors of our forefathers. They borrowed that from us. So you all amazed and wondrous watching Donnie Yen and Jet Li and Jackie Chan. Meanwhile, they learn from teachers who learn from us.
I don't know if you remember the
Pressure points and all that. That was all us. Pressure points. You're referring to pressure points.
right, how George going back to how George Floyd had died, the cop, how he had his knee on his back, and they call it they said it was like a blood choke move. In the book mentions that the gladiators knew that move.
Wow.
So you only that's not an ordinary move to kill somebody.
It's like a military type of move.
Right, it's a martial arts move. You have to be in martial arts in order to know to do something like that.
Expert.
Right. Expert. It's an expert
Somebody
killing.
did make a call and said
The
that's
brother.
a brother says
Yeah.
he's some kind of security, but I think he was on the
See,
force.
He said he's in
He
judo.
said- yeah, he said that's a killer move. You don't learn that. You learn that professionally.
Right.
And gladiators knew that move. So if I can get the book,
We'll present it.
We'll present it and show you.
So he
the
killed
proof.
that man in usually martial arts, basically.
So he knew what he was doing.
He knew
Yeah, he knew what he was doing.
He knew what he was
He knew how to
doing.
Right. So here we got, this is
I'm
nature.
sorry, for 8 minutes and 46 seconds, he knew what he was doing.
Right.
Go ahead.
So this is Nature Knows No Color Line, chapter 4. You could read from the two X's, and that's gonna break down basically what we've been talking about of our existence in Rome. And then when we scroll down, you're gonna see the characteristics of what these Negroes was doing, and that's in direct relation to us
Right.
over there. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Rome was a melting pot, second in variety only to the United States and Brazil.
Stop. Jesus Christ, man.
That's it. You
Yo, man, listen, man.
All in a nutshell.
even-
Yeah,
Yeah, right, you don't need no more.
that America is Babylon the Great. Let you know America is an extension of Rome.
Right.
Brazil is America. South America. It's the same thing. Like in separate places. It's the same place.
Same place.
Different region. Read it again from the top. That's bad. Go ahead.
Rome was a melting pot, second in variety only to the United States and Brazil.
So no other place other than America and Rome were melting pots.
Right.
That's what it's saying to you.
Would have those people, those conditions,
Right.
and all the evidence that points to the, as they quote unquote, the Bible land.
Right. The Bible lands. Exactly. Go ahead.
All the races of the old world met and mingled there.
All races of the world met and mingled in Rome. Where else? America.
So why would we be excluded? If all the races,
Right.
why wouldn't we be there? You
Right.
know what I mean?
Go ahead.
There, Rome traded with China, so they were probably Chinese too. Droves of fair Britons.
Whoa.
That's what we just brought
They're
out.
saying fair batons.
It gets crazy. Oh, man.
Fair baton. Batons is us.
Right.
Yep.
But go ahead.
Right, they try to throw that fair in there.
Yeah,
Fair,
that's
yeah.
the
Because
bone in
he
it.
don't know.
BS.
He don't know no better. That's his brother.
Yeah.
He don't know better. Don't worry about him.
That's our brother.
We've exceeded Jay Rogers.
Right.
As far as I'm
Absolutely.
concerned.
Absolutely.
But this man was learned
his
for his
time.
time.
Yes.
For his time, he was above his class for his time.
And we are able to use his information
Yes, we are.
to take it to the next level.
Exactly.
Now, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah,
So
we're
we
so-
cover where he didn't left off. He covered.
So we appreciate him.
We appreciate
appreciate
him
it.
as well as Rudolph Windsor as well. We appreciate our brothers. Go ahead.
Rome traded with China, so there were probably Chinese too. Droves of fair Britons, Celts, Gauls,
Celts and Gauls. Go ahead.
Teutons,
Teutons is Israel too. Go ahead.
Slavs, Spaniards, Moors,
That's Negroes.
Right?
Persians, Egyptians, Ethiopians, Sudanese, and Negrecians
Negroes again. That's little Negroes. Small Negroes. The Grecians. Go ahead.
were brought to Rome. Marshall, in 40 to 102 AD, mentions Thracians, Sarmatians, peoples from the Nile at its source.
Damn, that's Africa.
Arabs, Sabians, Sicilians, Scambrians, Germans with twisted hair.
And that's the thing. So now with those names, they're throwing you off, not knowing they changed the name of our peoples right here. I mean, we was in slavitude until all these people.
Yeah, but it's saying Sicambrian Germans with twisted hair. That's blacks in Germany.
Blacks, exactly.
That's black Germans. Sicambrians is black Germans.
Yep.
Go ahead.
And Ethiopians with woolly hair.
That's
As-
the evidence right there.
Yep.
With woolly hair.
Right,
Go ahead.
Ethiopians. Go ahead.
As among the peoples to be seen at the games.
Damn, and these are all at the games.
That's what we talk about. Now scroll down.
That's bad.
Scroll down. Now this goes back to the last class with Bishop had 2 weeks ago. Go ahead.
Slaves were employed at not only menial tasks as street cleaners,
Wow. Shit. No comment, bro. No comment, man. Let's just keep reading, man.
That's what we get. This is what we
I'm getting
get.
upset now. It's not about-
yo,
I'll be quiet. I sold out, but I'll be quiet. Yeah.
Damn.
I'm gonna read it from
I'm
the
getting
top.
angry. Go ahead.
I'm reading from the
Proves
top.
that you the people of the book.
Yes, exactly what it does.
Hey, Deke, you're an Israelite.
Yeah. Thank you, Cap. Thank you, Cap.
All right, here we go.
I'm a black Moor. All praise the Lord. Go.
We get on that later. Slaves were employed at not only menial tasks.
Wow.
Hey,
Oh, you gonna read it again?
Hold on, see?
You gonna read it again?
Listen,
Oh no, I'm sorry. I
We
didn't know.
already
No.
passed that.
It wasn't about. It wasn't.
You ain't right,
Yes,
man.
I just came.
It wasn't
Hey,
about
read it.
that.
Hey, listen, you know what this
I just
reveals
can't.
to? You know what this reveals? This reveals to the same thing that we're going through in this pandemic. Because the non-essential workers, people who can't work remotely from home, is the one that's doing these low-paid jobs. And we have to be out there to feed our families.
Yeah.
Same thing is shown right now.
We're essential workers. I'm an essential worker.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna read from the top again. D.
Essential means expendable worker. Means
Right.
you can die. It's okay. We'll replace you with somebody else.
Right. That's what you
essential
signed up
means.
for. That's what you
Right.
signed up for.
Exactly.
Right. But as actors, tutors,
So they were slaves. The slaves were street cleaners, and they were actors. So your status didn't matter. You were still a slave. If you're an actor or actress, you're a slave too. With all your money, you're a slave too. That's bad.
you
I don't see
Oprahs.
my name up there. I don't think I was a slave then.
That's
That's probably one of those high. I was probably one of those high.
You was in the
elitist
house.
Negroes.
You was in the house.
I was a high class Negroes. All praise.
It was
I was a
bourgeoisie.
bourgeoisie Negro.
Go ahead, actors.
tutors,
You were a
secretaries.
tutor. You were a tutor. You were
Not
there.
anymore.
But you were.
But I'm not a slave anymore.
Oh gosh, Jesus Christ.
Cat,
So
what's
that-
going on?
I could you could have said that last week or a couple of weeks ago, but not today. I'm
Right.
free.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Captain Dwell's free.
And,
Free.
and
I made it.
Yeah, he made it. He made
Give
it.
us
He
us
made it.
free.
Yeah,
Sorry for the bottom. Now we here.
Oh
Cat,
man.
That's that stimulus, man.
Yeah, that's on his my heart.
The stimulus.
Oh, this guy's destroyed,
What's
man.
up, baby?
Get destroyed the heart.
What's up, baby?
Get destroyed the heart. Cap is a prime example.
Let's
Get
go,
destroyed the heart.
Mitch. Come on, Mitch and Nancy.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Come
man.
on,
Make
Judge,
that
come
money
on.
talk, baby.
But as
God,
actors,
Oh gosh. What's in that tea, man? Jeez.
But
Go ahead,
at-
read it again.
but as actors, tutors, secretaries.
Stop right there. We can't go over actors because today some of the wealthy of our people, that's their profession.
Yes.
They act. We act for Esau. Esau owns the industry.
Yes, he does.
And we are still employed as the actors, some of the best actors. Go ahead, read on.
Tutors, secretaries, counselors, and physicians.
Doctors.
Among occupations of Negroes.
Of who?
Of Negroes.
Uh-huh.
As named by Roman writers, were actors, dancers, acrobats, soldiers, gladiators.
Damn.
And
Free
so
some
that
ISIS.
that history you bring in it, we know it's on point.
Right.
We
All
know
praises.
it's on point.
Damn. As outriders, leader bearers, charioteers, and bath attendants.
And that was
Bath
from the
attendants,
class.
the bishop put that out in class.
Exactly.
They were used to do all kind of sexual acts against their will. Bath attendants. Walk around butt naked and wash the Romans. And cooks.
And so
Cooks.
with all of this, Deke, they're trying to erase our presence.
Yep. In
from
Rome. God, he bugging, man. What page is this? 40 what? 45?
3.
Or 43.
I write that down.
Look at number
45.
4 right there.
AD.
Yeah, I see it right there, yeah.
Look at number 4. Read number 4.
Read number 4. Read number 4.
Slavery in the Roman Empire. Yeah, that's a book. That's a book. Slavery in the Roman Empire, page 17, 18. That's where they got. That's a reference to where they got.
reference. Yep.
That's what that's referencing from, right?
Deacon, I know in the scripture they talk about the Libertines. They were the freed slaves from Rome, the descendants of the freed slaves from Rome.
Get that, Acts. That's who Stephen was cursing out. Stephen was cursing them out in Acts. The Libertines. He was cursing them out.
Oh, that was
Acts 2?
that was Captain Joel's people?
Yeah, that was Captain Joe's people. The
What happened
Libertines.
to all bullshit and stuff? You just said you wasn't a slave, bro. I'm just
So you're
saying.
libertine.
So we find you in history.
I was freeborn like Paul.
Yeah, we find you in history.
I was freeborn like Paul. Having the papers, baby.
Is that Acts
It's
5?
Acts
No, it was 5. No, that's not Acts 5. It's
maybe
Acts-
4. Let me look at it. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has Acts 6. Acts 6. Acts 6, verse 9.
The book of Acts, chapter 6, verse 9.
Up in verse 8.
Verse 8. And Stephen, full of faith and power, did great wonders and miracles among the people. Then there arose certain of the synagogue,
Of the synagogue, go ahead.
which is called the synagogue of the Libertines,
Libertines.
and the Cyrenians, and the
So
Alexandrians,
the synagogues in the synagogue in Libya, the synagogue in Egypt, go ahead.
and of them of Cilicia, and of Asia, disputing with Stephen.
They were disputing with Stephen. So you saying about Libertines again, Jess?
Right, they were. I'm pulling the book up now. They were the free slaves, descendants of the free slaves in Rome, the Libertines.
Wow.
The word liberty.
Liberty, right.
Right.
There's just too much evidence of who we are. It's hidden in plain sight. That's
Pretty
what it
much.
is for our people, because we were beaten and we lost our knowledge of self. Make sure we did not read. So now when we bringing this stuff out, it's strange to people.
Right.
You know.
Hey, yeah.
So that only destroyed the Black History Month.
Absolutely.
Oh, damn. You should have mentioned this, Cat. You
What?
posted this image. This is the picture here at the castles.
Yeah, I sent it to you.
Yeah, but you should just sit there. Go.
I
Okay,
was
that's
just-
good. Oh, you doing it right now? Well, hold that. Hold this. Go Libertines real
busy.
quick.
Right. I have a.
That's good. Don't think.
I have a page.
That's shout out to Captain Gideon for that.
Oh, okay. Shout out to Captain Gideon for sending that image. I forgot about that with the castles.
Go to the request, to the page real quick. Blow it up.
Damn. That's it. Same place.
Shout out to Boston. Shout out to Boston in the
Shout out to
building.
Boston.
Levi.
Captain Gideon, a.k.a. the Samurai Priest.
Say, why do you gotta go? You see, when it comes to Levites, they go all out.
It's a Benjamin right there.
Right, Cap. You know they gotta get their shine
It's a
somewhere. They gotta
it's
fit
a
it in.
Benjamin.
Hold on,
Right.
Benjamin. That's okay. Good.
Thank you. It's okay.
Y'all good? Y'all got it?
Shout out to the Benjavites.
Anytime an artist get
I
a
wasn't
mic,
gonna say
that's
that.
what they do.
Good.
Hey, blow it. Okay, here we.
I hate him, man. Oh my God. See this face.
It's blood.
See the hate in his
That-
face.
That's them free Negroes. That's how they
Yeah,
act.
exactly.
They're not part of the struggle.
Uppity.
I mean,
His name is Joel. Like the white people. Joel. Not even Joel anymore. It's just Joel.
I thought we.
Nah, man. You doing something else today, man.
Yeah, man.
Joel
See
today,
that?
man. Captain Joel.
Man.
Think, why won't you look at me?
Nah, look at you. Read that,
Yo,
man.
you know you got it, man.
I'm
You think
looking
they
in
got
your
on you, man? You know you got it, man.
Yeah, man. Go over there, man. Go in your direction, man. You ain't even here, man. I don't know who you are anymore, man.
Oh, man.
Read that.
It says, There were in Jerusalem a great number of synagogues to which the people resorted for religious instruction. One of these was called the Synagogue of the Libertines. That is, such Jews and proselytes as had been Roman slaves.
Damn.
But had obtained their freedom, or were the descendants of such freemen.
Wow. Freemen.
All praises.
Synagogue of the Freemen.
All praises.
Wow, that's bad. That's bad. Well, damn. So they were evil as hell. Steph was debating with them. There's more?
That's it.
It's Saul of Tarsus.
Well, or sabotage.
Yeah, that's it.
That's something else. Damn.
Yep.
Oh, so that's everything. That's all. All right. Yeah, let's go.
We going back to the image of the gladiators. That's where we left off, right?
No. Yes.
We want to finish off the image right here.
Real quick. Well, hold on to that. One more gladiator. One more. Give me Spartacus picture. How could I forget? How could I forget Spartacus image?
Oh man.
Let me show y'all Spartacus' picture real quick. I showed y'all last week about Spartacus being a Thracian,
You got the
being
book,
a black man. I got a PDF of it. I'm at the book this week. Thanks to y'all. Thank you very much to y'all donating to the book club. I was able to buy this book. It's coming the 4th. Because of the holidays delayed the mail. I would have got it today, but the holidays delayed things. So here's the PDF.
Dick, be careful, man. Don't be saying that, you could hijack your mail. So
It's whatever, man.
Yeah,
It's all right.
at this point.
I still have it. It's still right there. I still
all
got it right
good.
here. That's him right there. That's Spartacus. Read the top right there.
I got that.
The picture was taken from the book Spartacus by Huret Fast. It was printed in Hebrew, Tel Aviv, 1954.
So the so-called know how he look. That's Spartacus right there. Is the picture right there.
Man, look at that nose.
Look at that nose and hair. Big ass afro and nose and lips. Come on, man.
He was good.
Yo,
Straight up Jake. That's Jake all day long,
you
man.
look like Levi, right?
No, he does not look like Levi. Don't do that, man. Don't start that.
Y'all
man.
finished for the day,
You're
man.
done today, man.
You know how
That big ass skull skeleton earlier.
You know,
You can't just
you
have
know
the
how
big
you know
skull.
that's not Levi?
Oh, my.
Yo, his hair comes all the way down here.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Levi,
man.
look at all Levi hairlines. I ain't say my hairline's the best, but Levi got a specific hairline.
Hey, I ain't got no comment on this.
And that's how we know you Levi. See? Your hairline. You got no Judite hairline.
No. Listen.
Whoa,
If you go
whoa.
to my past, I had a Judite hairline.
Wow.
Had.
But stress.
Had.
Go down. Yeah, thank you. Go down. See what that is. Who's that guy there? Who's that? Read that.
Get you.
This African, I'm sorry,
I'm gonna get you. Read that.
Spartacus, this African rebel leader led a slave revolt against the Romans. Against the Roman Empire. After killing many Romans, Spartacus and his men were captured and crucified
Go ahead.
by the Roman praetor Licinius Crassus in 71
That's in
BC.
the show. Go up to this picture again. Spartacus. Go up there. Go up again. That is Spartacus. Anything outside of that is BS. That's Spartacus, a black man. This is a Thracian.
See, every time you fight against oppression, you should put
They crucified him. He was crucified. When you
Died.
wear a damn cross, you honored him too. Simple Christians.
Died a black man's death.
Right. He was hung. They were hung. Now, go to the next article about real Romans. Check this out. Show you the real Irish are, the Celts, who they are. They're black. Let's get some more on the Romans. Blow it up. Get up. Get the side. I don't want the side. Get that out the way. Move the side out the way. There we go. The first what? Read that.
The first Romans were black people called the Etruscans.
Remember that? Called the Etruscans. Remember we mingled with them in the book. When we traveled over to Rome, we mingled with these people and took over. The Etruscans. That's Japheth. That's not no Ham. It's not Jake. That's Japheth. The Etruscans. Go ahead. Go up.
Wow.
That's the real Roman. That's the original Romans. Kittim. That's Kittim right there. Kittim. Okay? Or part of them. Go ahead.
The fight to reclaim the pride and heritage of the black man has been a tedious but yet fulfilling battle.
Yeah, with us. Especially with us. Go ahead.
After hundreds of years of lies told about the black man, nature has made it possible that we are at a great reawakening and that facts about ancient black civilizations are exposed daily.
All praises to the Most High for that.
That's right.
The knowledge which we have gathered on the history of black civilizations has set the black race on a new path, a path to pride and self-awareness,
Yeah, Israelites. Go ahead.
which African school which African school would have ever thought Africans secretes? I'm sorry, it's a question. Which African school would have ever thought Africans secretes? None, actually. That is because, even to date, the curriculum of many African schools is decided by European governments.
The curriculum. So Esau determines our education. So these things are hidden from us. These things are hidden from us. Go ahead.
The first humans on earth were black people.
Yep, Adam and Eve were the first. This article is on point so far. Go ahead.
And since that is so and has been proven by historians, scientists, and archaeologists, it is safe to agree that black people dominated many parts of Europe for thousands and hundreds of years.
Yes,
Absolutely.
we did.
Before the European stock moved in.
Before the Europeans came in and took over. Remember, the blacks were in the castles first, then whites took over. Go ahead.
Italy, which is known for housing Rome, was originally inhabited by black people who are referred to as Etruscans. Legends say they were descendants of refugees from the fallen city of Troy.
I believe the term Tuscany comes from them. Tuscany.
Right.
Etruscans, that's them. Okay, Tuscany, that's them. Go ahead.
Led by the swarthy, dark-skinned,
Led by who?
the swarthy, dark-skinned Prince Aeneas.
Aeneas,
After the city fell to the Greeks, the statues and arts of the Etruscans revealed them to be Africans.
That goes
Black
back to Alexander the Great conquering them. His father took over, and they said, we're them now. We became them. Remember, it says they came from Kittim. Philip of Macedonia, they came from Kittim. Kittim is Rome. And they took over, and they eventually were divided. Edomites were divided. Then Alexander the Great merged them together into one title, Greeks. Okay? But they pushed out the original. It's going to say it in this article. Watch. It's going to say it. Continue. It's going to tell you.
History shows that they were a sensual and creative people and were the original founders of the city of Rome. The city of Rome was originally known as Ra'uma, which means a place protected by Ra. This worship of Ra, undoubtedly by the Etruscans, means that they most likely had a spiritual, physical, and cultural link to Kemet, ancient Egypt, or Phoenicia. In archaeology, findings show that African peoples, the Sacani and the Libertines, occupy ancient Italy.
The Sacani, that goes back to last week.
Read it last
That
week.
was Iberians. That was us. We went to the island of Malta. The Sacani, that's us.
Right.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Could you scroll back up a little bit when it says right there? Legends say they were the descendants of the refugees from the fallen city of Troy, led by Swarthy. That's the same term with Swati Pete.
Yes,
Yeah,
Swati Pete or
yeah.
Swati, right. Or
Describing
Swatsa.
the dark
Yes.
people that was in that land.
Right.
Remember, they make mockery of us. They paint their face all black
Right.
in those regions around
Right,
Christmas
Swati
time.
means black. Swati.
Right,
Swati is
right.
black. Right. Go ahead. Go that down.
The Roman writer,
But this is not us. This is Japheth here.
Japheth, okay.
Go ahead.
the Roman,
We came after and mingled with them. And
Okay,
took portions of Italy over. Then Esau came and conquered us out and took over entirely eventually.
Right.
Go ahead.
the Roman writer Virgil revealed that the Pelasgians, the Comitians,
The Pelasgians is them too. Go ahead.
the Cometians, black people who in Seattle, southern Greece, also occupied the Palatine, one of the 7 hills of Rome. The Romans later became a Latin people and became a mixed race.
Edom conquered them, intermingled with them, became a mixed race. Go ahead.
But the African element played a major part in Rome's history.
Come on.
The blacks were everything from the charioteers to soldiers, generals, and emperors. Rome's famous oracles were the Sibyls, African prophetess who wrote the famous Sibylline prophecies. These writings were later plagiarized by the Christians. It was the African Sibyls who built the original Vatican, which was a temple to Miami Wada, goddess of the sea.
Go down.
Undisputable historical evidence. Now, before we go further, we must state that many accounts about the origin of Rome found on the internet or even in books are lies. They are Caucasian versions to usurp the true identity of the Etruscans who occupied Etruria, ancient Rome. The first albinos, Caucasians, who were called the Latins.
Damn. The first albinos, to an extent, right? Go ahead.
The first
Caucasians, go ahead.
The first albinos, Caucasians, who were called the Latins,
The Latin, that's the white people. Edomites, go ahead.
started to migrate from the Etruscan plains to Italy.
Watch this.
They most likely traveled with Hellene's people into Greece and then moved further into Italy,
Other Edomites, go ahead.
which was a black territory.
Watch this. Go down.
The contact between the Caucasians and the black inhabitants of Italy was chaotic,
Watch this.
as the Caucasians were violent and invasive.
See that? Violent and invasive. Like they are here in the Americas. Like they were in Jerusalem. Violent and invasive.
They take lands
They
by
take
violence.
land by violence. Micah 2:1. Continue.
It is important to note.
Oh, do you want it?
You get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Okay.
Let's get it. Violent and invasive. The Bible calls him the violent man. The violent or the violent man. That's him.
The book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. And they covet fields and take them by violence.
They covet fields, lands, and take them by violence. Invasive. Go ahead.
And houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage.
Yeah, Japheth. Go ahead. That's it.
Yep.
That's all I want. Read that.
It is important to note that the first original black inhabitants were not just limited to Italy, Rome,
Right. Because the Japheth had all of Europe. Go ahead.
but stretched to Greece.
They had Greece too. That's Javan. The Javanese. They had Greece too. Esau took them too. That's the Hellenes. The Greeks took that area over. Edom took that over. Go ahead.
And the Aegean area. When the threats and violence from the white invaders increased,
When the threats of the whites invaders increased, watch this.
the blacks of these areas formed a coalition. A large number of them packed up their belongings.
A large number of Japheth did what?
Packed up their belongings.
And did what?
boarded their ships.
Got on the boats.
And moved out of their land.
And moved to the island. Tahiti, Hawaii, Philippines. That's where they went. The Javanese islands, Java, that's where they went. They went further away to the west. I'm sorry, further east. Excuse me, further east, far east. West is America. Far east, they went that way.
Fleeing white man persecution.
Fleeing white persecution. And those that stayed intermingled with both with the blacks, Jake that was there, and Edom that was there. And it was battle beyond battle until Esau took over entirely.
The same thing with the Israelites fleeing to Egypt.
Right,
fleeing
same
from
thing.
Romans persecution.
Same thing.
Yep.
So his article's telling you what happened to Japheth. They got in the boat and said, let's get the hell out of here. These Edomites is a devil. Go ahead.
Some of the people stayed back
Some stayed. Go ahead.
to defend their lands and deal with the white Etruria.
Right. The white Romans. To deal with the white Romans. Go ahead.
The Etruscans, black owners of Rome, had a unique way of building their homes and cities. They built their houses on steep hills, which were surrounded by thick walls. Caucasian Roman mythology claims that the white Romans built the walls. But according to factual history and accounts of the Etruscans, the blacks built the ancient walls of Rome and the Vatican.
See that? So blacks built Rome.
Where that bomb at, man?
And Esau moved in. Esau moved up in there and said, we built it. We built this. Sound familiar?
Still your name.
Still your name, your nationality. We're you.
Culture.
But I'm me. No, you're you. I'm you.
You know,
What?
your architecture, you still that too.
Still every damn thing.
Our damn music.
Music, everything.
Right.
They still everything. So that's all I want in that. Now give me the image that Captain Gideon sent. To give it we have a artistic, ancient description of what took place when the blacks were in the castles. I think this is a mural, I believe. A mural. It's cut in pieces, but this is the full image. You can see Esau butt naked and furry. That's hair, by the way. He's big and he's walking, and you see zoom into the whites first.
No feet, no shoes on
Barefoot, zoom in, move it to the left. So you see all the Edomites. See all the Edomites there? See they butt naked fighting?
Go down to the feet.
Because Alexander the Great fought butt naked too. Yeah. See them barefoot? It's like the Flintstones. Now move over to the right. Right there. Stop right there.
Shoes in their feet.
Shoes in their feet, fully dressed.
Yep.
They got bows and arrows. Look what they do. Who they fighting?
And look at the turban in their head.
Look at the turban.
Yep.
Go up. Look at the castle.
Fringes.
And the fringes in the bottom of their clothes.
Look at the bottom. Do the no white right there.
Right there. Go up some. Go up. Look at the castle. Who's in the castle? The king, the ruler, the king and the queen.
Right.
Watching as we fight against them.
Look at the crown in his head.
The crown and the queen, both of them are crowned. Yep. Look down, go to the bottom right. The bottom, you see more of the soldiers over there coming in to fight them. See all of that? Mm-hmm. So we have all this stuff. This is interwoven. It's not even a painting. It's an interwoven. It's like an interwoven type of art, I believe.
Right.
Like sewn. Okay?
Like there's like a history and a story for each part.
Right,
each
and it's
image
right.
you
Each
see,
image is
you
right,
see?
and it's all put together here. It's cut in pieces, but it's all one big artwork.
Right.
So you see blacks fighting, go over, you see them fighting against Esau, and they take over. That's your Queen Elizabeth, that's your Prince Henry, your Princess Diana, that's them today. That's them on the left right there, that's them.
This is the beginning of
That's the beginning of them,
Inquisition.
on the left. Of the Inquisition, right, the Inquisition, exactly. That's all I want. And that's and also Japheth too. That happened to Japheth too. Violent and invasive. Same thing happened to them also.
Violent people.
Violent, the violent. Now, let's get. Let's go to what I want to go to. Go to Jewish Encyclopedia. Jewish Encyclopedia. Diaspora. I want that one. I want page 449.
Hey, Israel, let's get those likes up. Let's get those likes
Oh,
up.
no. I can't go there yet. I got to get how Rome defeated us. Get that image. You know what I'm talking about. This right here. You get that first.
Right. Page
All right.
60 and 61.
Yeah, get that first. I'm going to show you how they beat us. How did Esau defeat us? Remember I showed y'all last week when Titus said, only God could have allowed me to beat these people because they were so well fortified, the walls. If y'all remember that from last week's class. If you didn't watch last week's class, you'll be lost and know what I'm talking about. But when Emperor Vespasian and his son Titus, when they overthrew Jerusalem, when they got inside, they could not believe how well fortified we were and how he was able to overthrow us because we were so well
it was
fortified.
Captain Isaac.
Oh, Captain Isaac
It was
sent
Captain Isaac sent that.
Oh, sorry. Captain Isaac. Shout out to Captain Isaac.
I don't know
For
why.
sending
I
the
got it.
image. For sending the image. Damn. For sending the image.
So no Levi? Oh, that's Levi. That's Levi. I'm sorry. That's Levi. That's Levi. I'm sorry. That's Levi.
Damn.
No.
Snap.
Nah, that's Levi. That's Levi.
What?
I'm sorry.
Jez, what happened to you?
You're becoming
I think
Captain
the
Jerome.
bridge is too tight.
Yeah, hey, listen. The Lord will
Still
not
credit to Levi.
The Lord will not let your evil prosper, brother.
Wow.
From one to
wow,
another
wow,
Levi.
wow. Cold for you,
wow,
sir.
Wow.
Huh?
That was cold for you.
Damn.
You went low, brother.
I
Damn.
think the bridges are too tight.
Yeah, you need to
Losing
get rid of those
yourself.
braids.
We must help Officer Jazz find himself.
Yeah, he's being an Indian, not even a guy.
Damn. Oh, wow. Whoa. Damn. Wow.
Yo, was it shot for shot today?
Can we move on, please? Thank you.
I'm trying to. Y'all
we
horrible.
about to make a petition. Get Osai off the show.
Damn.
See, that's prophecy. You know what I'm saying? I might have did for your enemy because I tell you.
My apologies, Captain Isaac.
Damn.
My
So
apologies.
what we got here is we have a written description of how Titus and Vespasian, I showed y'all a sculpture of his head earlier, how they were able to conquer us in Jerusalem. We became slaves and gladiators. This is the before and the after. Watch this. Read this here.
In consequence of the distracted state of Judea, many of its inhabitants sought an asylum in foreign countries, while those who remained applied to Cestius Gallus, governor of Syria, who was at Jerusalem at the Passover, earnestly beseeching him to deliver them from the tyranny of their cruel governor. Cestius, instead of making a strict inquiry into the conduct of Florus, dismissed the Jews with a general promise that he should behave better for the future. In the meantime, directions were given to compute the number of Jews then at Jerusalem by that of the lambs offered at the festival, which were found to amount to 2,556,000.
So it's over 2 million of us at Jerusalem at the time for Passover. It's a lot of us. Go ahead.
65 AD.
5 years prior to the siege. Go ahead.
While the arbitrary conduct of the governor and the irritated state of the Jewish people threatened them with the horrors of war, famines, earthquakes, and terrific sights in the heavens
That's what Christ said in Luke 21. Go ahead.
appeared to fulfill the awful predictions of our Savior.
So what was happening over time in this year was being fulfilled as Christ said it would happen. Go ahead.
Josephus, among many other fearful prodigies, relates that before the rebellion, when a great multitude were assembled in Jerusalem at the Passover, at the 9th hour of the night, so great a light shone around the altar, and the temple, that it seemed to be bright day. That a few days after the festival, before sunset,
Before sundown,
chariots and troops of soldiers in armor were seen passing through the clouds
they were seeing apparitions. Angels running the clouds. Go ahead.
and surrounding cities. And that the priests going into the inner temple
Watch. So the priests going into the inner temple, go ahead.
felt the place move
They felt the temple being shaken. Watch this.
and tremble
And they shook. Watch this.
and heard a voice
And they heard a voice when the temple was shaking. Go ahead.
more than human
That was not human. It was God. Go ahead. Watch this.
crying, "Let us depart hence."
Let's get out of here.
So Christ,
Now you may ask yourself, well, who's saying let us depart hence? That means the Lord was no longer with us anymore.
Wow.
Christ said, get out. Christ said, flee Jerusalem. Niggas is like, nah, we gangster. We gonna take care of the Romans. The Lord said, let's get out of here. You're on your own. Y'all are on your own.
Christ
Watch.
has left the building.
Christ has left the building. The Lord has left the building. Watch.
This account is confirmed by Tacitus,
Remember that name? Tacitus again. Go ahead.
the Roman historian, who says, "Portents and prodigies announced the ruin of Jerusalem."
Prophets announced the ruin of Jerusalem. Christ did also. Go ahead. Christ did primarily. Go ahead.
Swords were seen glittering in the air,
They saw visions of swords in the air. They saw visions of war coming. War was coming. Go ahead.
embattled armies appeared, and the temple was illuminated by a stream of light that issued from the heavens.
Come on.
The portal flew open, and a voice more than human announced the immediate departure of the gods.
Stop. A voice more than a human announced the immediate departure of the gods. It's time to go. Leave them on their own.
Our protections are
Our
good.
protection is over. That all things written may be fulfilled. Go ahead.
There was heard at the same time a terrific
A
sound,
terrific sound of what?
as if superior beings were actually rushing forth.
They were leaving. Angels were leaving the temple. Leaving.
That's a fearful.
We out of here. We
Yo,
out.
my garment would have been, yeah, you already know. This as a
Soiled.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, man.
That's all I want. So now you know how we became gladiators.
Hey, D, can
Because God's left us on our own.
I bring something out real quick?
Yeah.
Get me John 14, verse 30. And I was talking to the young brother, Officer Abaddon. He had a question I spoke to you about in terms of in the spiritual realm. Like you said, a lot of times when we won the war, it wasn't us really winning the war. It was the spirit behind us that was winning the war. Like you have Elisha that said, look at, he opened his eyes that he may see. There's more of us than there is of them. When Maccabees fought in the war, they rode by the horse. You have the angels blinded them. So anytime, the Most High said, don't fear, don't worry about it. I got you. The reason why I said it, because the angels fought for us. The angels enhance our spiritual ability to be able to combat. That's why I said, I will teach you how to war. That's him activating the angels. And so when the angels were taken away, what do you think will happen? He said, one shall flee, a thousand shall flee by one, or even from a leaf. Because why? That's that spiritual, that spiritual aspect of us is gone. Part of it is gone. Read that real quick.
The book of John, chapter 14, verse 30. Hereafter, I would not talk much with you, for the prince of this world cometh, and hath nothing in me.
That's why Christ says, listen, those days of talking, prophesying to you, warning you, those days are over. For the prince of the air. What do you think the prince of the air is? Satan. Satan and his dominion and his minions. Satan and his angels and his demons.
And his kids.
And his kids, the prince of the air. Meaning as the spirit of God departed from us, then got Esau, and the spirits that inhabit Esau took over. That's why you look at the atmosphere all over us. What? You come to America, it's a demonic atmosphere. It's evil because there's unclean and demonic spirits. That's why it says the unclean spirits.
Right.
That's the demons. That's the spirits, the demons that surrounds this country. That's why you walk through the street, you feel a omnious spirit surrounding you, an evil presence, because this is the wickedness. That's Esau's. That's Esau's unprotected. That's his spirit behind
His
him.
darkness.
His darkness.
Get First Maccabees 3:19.
In Corinthians,
2:19.
it says Satan has his ministers.
Yeah, exactly.
So those spirits, those evil spirits, minister to Esau.
Exactly.
It destroys us.
And Deacon, it also go to Hosea 5:15.
Yep, I'll turn away from you, right? I'll turn to my place. Right, we can get that next. First Maccabees 3:19.
3:19.
Yep.
First Maccabees chapter 3, verse 19. For the victory of battle standeth not in a multitude of an host,
But what?
but strength coming from heaven.
There you go. But strength comes from heaven. Our strength comes from heaven. Our victories come from heaven. The spirits that empower us in the heaven. The gods departed. They left the building.
That was a bad thing right there.
The gods are no longer in the building. They out. We out. You niggas on your own.
Damn.
Y'all evil. Y'all rebellious. Remember what the Pharisees said. Let his blood be upon us and our children. The Lord said, so be it.
Okay.
Got you.
There was
Which is my command.
there was an instance in the Maccabees when it said when they was fighting,
Yes.
while they fought, they was reciting psalms as they fought. I forget where that is if I come across it. But that was the mentality of the warriors. They wasn't fighting and depending on their skills.
Right.
They was fighting with the thought that the angels is helping them. All they had to do is stay in prayer.
I thought you was about to bring out about Halarphanes when they
Yes.
said this place cannot be hurt.
Right, no.
Or even in the heavens, when you look up the heavens, you see the spirits
It's
fighting.
apparitions.
Mhm,
It's
the apparitions fighting.
Get Hosea 5:15, which justifies that writing there.
And that's why it says Satan was cast out along with them.
Yep.
The book of Hosea, chapter 5, verse 15. I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense and seek my face. In their affliction, they will seek me early.
Right, I will go to my places, the departure of the gods. That's what happened. We'll go to our place. We out of here. We're not residing here anymore. You guys are on your own. That's why Titus said, I didn't do this. God did this. And Titus didn't see that. But it was noise abroad that had happened. And Titus is like, yep, this is what I was talking about. I defeat them because their God allowed me to.
Right.
Their God allowed me to beat them. So we're going to stop right there. We'll be back going into the Moors. Rise of the Moors. So stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Listen up. I thought original was recorded first concert. If you're not here, you're gonna miss something. The boy DJ L's here. You know what I mean? The beautiful theater. I know we're gonna make it big next time. So, not here. Make sure you don't miss the next one. All right? Boom.
Shalom, Israel, Most High in Christ, bless. This your man, KT8.
This is the 12 tribes. Repent or you surely die. This party is gonna be lit. Your fault if you surprised.
We over here in Atlanta about to shut it down. O-R, that's original royalty if you didn't know. The #1 record label from the East Coast to the West Coast, up north, down south. We taking over the 4 corners of the earth, so stay tuned. Bigger and better things coming. Shalom.
Let us read the mighty word of God is quick, the God is strong. From the deep, no other book you got a piece. All evil works it will be keep. Always try and lies.
Gospel, I'm defending, you gon' stop to sit you now. The Holy Ghost is with me, 94 and 16 in songs, I stand my ground. You tell the truth, people lose their mind. Exposing evil spirits all the time. Killing gospels don't agree with minds. You're not about this righteous grind. These words I say, go ahead record them. My brothers are this, we have been called in. To go and reach the ones who departed. So they're retarded, don't get us started. We doing the most highest business. Speaking with only our kinsmen. No, we ain't your Sunday Christians. Glance down, I know you see the print. The house need a lot of work. So this truth spraying out the earth. We been with you since the third we trying to restore the people, rebuild Home Depot, spiritual eagles, but some are evil, many deceitful. Deny the lion, but trust the eagle. All I am here to do is be a vessel, help bring my people up to the next level. Show them that we are the ones He called special. We are His Jews, and God is the bezel. We are the Jews, that's biblical reference. Don't be confused, remember thyself. This walk includes repenting the just. Reroute your steps, change or rebel. Yes. Captivity, man, hold up. This that you feast the Passover. Start the new guild with Passover. Round the fam up and pass over. Tell captivity, man, hold up. This that you feast the Passover. Start the new guild with Passover.
Shalom. Most High Christ bless, man. This song is a shim. First ever original royalty concert, man. I had to be here. Kelly in the building. Sacramento stand up. We here, and we ain't going nowhere. We the hottest thing out. True music is where it's at. Anything else is uncivilized. About to go on. I see y'all again when I come out.
I got my bros next to me. Cause I got my bros next to me. Cause I got my bros next to me. With no fear, I bring it out, dog. Cause I got my bros next to me.
Every time I come around, dog, got the whole hood checking for me. With no fear, I bring it out, dog. Cause I got my bros next to me. Cause I got my bros next to me. Cause I got my bros next to me. With no fear, I bring it out, dog. Cause I got my bros next to me. Israel, we take that.
Hey, Shalom, it's Eno Secure.
I open up my Bible, see it's full of famous men. From the beginning of Genesis to Revelations
We out here at the Original Royalty Tour in Atlanta, 2019. Building our people, helping our people to grow. So all praise to the Most High for giving me this opportunity. We're just gonna keep moving how we need to move, you know what I'm saying?
So we're gonna drop this. This song is called Vex Me. We all got 9 to 5, so check this out.
Vex me, heathens, all day, tryna vex me, working, all day, vex me, heathens, all day, tryna stress me, working, all day, vex me, heathens, all day, tryna stress me, working, all day, vex me. We Israelites have the power in this world. You ready? Drop that joint.
I'm a prince of the Most High.
Yeah. Hey. 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 Hey.
I'm a prince of the Most High.
Turn up. Hey. 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 Hey.
I'm a prince of the Most High.
Look at your hands up.
Prince of the Most High.
Hands up. Hey.
Yeah. Look. Couple years ago, I was searching, didn't know myself, looking everywhere to find some help. I was going through, wondering what to do. Learning all kinds of philosophies, didn't know that I was being deceived, thinking I was Deacon Socrates. Then I thought that I was African, about to go to the white man just to see what my tribe is. Imhotep blinded, white lies I've been fed, believing all things just to find out who I am. Then I found out the truth, I ain't from the tribe of Judah, the same tribe as Black Christ. I'm not that damn stupid. Came over here and right only happened to the Israelites. Now it's time that we get it right. I ain't tryna be here all my life. Prince of the Most High.
Turn it up, or turn it down, turn it up, or turn me down, turn me up,
Shalom, it's Torel with the Levite sound. This is the first original royalty tour. We're excited. All praises to the Most High. Lord's willing, turns out well for Israel, and Lord's will. Israel enjoy themselves, and then we're doing this for the glory of the Most High. Israel, stay tuned. Shalom. All praises to the Most High.
Say Sapase. All praise to the Most High, so you know what's up, right? Next on the stage, bring it up. Make some noise for Levi's.
Everybody make some noise. Let's go. Let's go, y'all.
Ooh, yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh, yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Si manche avant de dire ces jours qui n'a stressé. Samedi, rivet, c'est les jours pour nous reposer. On dit les nous 6 jours. Si vous allez, c'est pour nous travailler. Maintenant, le 7e jour, c'est le jour de repos. Nous allons se travailler sur tout. Levity. C'est pour nous tous réunis. Peuple, ça y est, les 12 tribus. Les nouveautés, nous fait les high. Les nouveautés, nous fait les droits. Pas de péché, nous pas jamais stop. Nous pas jamais stop. Nous pas jamais stop.
Vérité, dévoilé et nous connaît sorti. 12.
You know that we didn't come to play, cause the captain hit me up with the keys on. Oh yeah, I said we fine, we can do it for the truth. Have the lost gathered up and do it for the dudes. 3 rule, let's move. Then they gonna treat us like some fools. Nah, we had to be the light to the ones been assimilated. Preach out the laws and the lies get eliminated. We should leave a home and no inside of you in. Cause I said we taking over all you in. And there ain't gonna be no heart. You win when that 12 trumpet sound ain't gonna heart. You win. These devils ain't prep for the fight. That dragon open the bite. But the old serpent is leaving all of these openings. So the 12 feet in the struck. Back with the power of Christ. Stack with all of his might. That's right.
Hey, Shalom, Most High, Christ bless. King Kaz here. 1/2 Second Kings. We out here at the OR Original Royalty first ever tour, right? It's your boy Lord, your host, bro. Second Kings, the other half.
Niggas fall every day, B. We gon' hold the line. Who'd have thought that these seeds would be so divine? Purging out the thorny kind who call themselves upright. Well, I'ma just call them Pinocchios. Lord knows these lines.
Give you no hand clasp for the ones who fall before the last hour, who entrusted with the watchman tower. Abandoned the garrison, didn't consider they power. Who void of foresight and lack visual prowess.
Out here, shout out to OR. We finally able to get out here and push the music to the people, and especially for the Most High. It's definitely an honor to be out here. And we, like I said, first and foremost, we do it for the people.
Israel, next on the schedule. Make some noise for Second
Y'all know what this is.
God save my soul. Who'd have thought that?
We're back. We are back. From the break. Hope y'all got your time to gather your thoughts together. Somebody had mentioned if Vlad Dracul was a vampire. No, Vlad Dracul was not a vampire. The show, but the character, the vampire, is based upon him because he was killing a lot of people. He was impaling people. So he wasn't a real vampire. He was a real person, but he wasn't a vampire. No,
He was just
vampires
a
are not real.
bloodsucker.
He was bloodthirsty. Yeah, he was putting a lot of people to death. All right.
Hey, let's get those likes up, Israel. Let's get those likes. We had 646 likes. We'd like to see 842 likes. All right. We wanted to match the number of the viewership. All right. Let's get those likes up right now.
Real quick, Deacon, could I just bring out that Maccabees that I brought out earlier?
What chapter is it?
Second Maccabees, chapter 15, verse 26 and 27.
All right, we can go there.
We're going to bring that out just to, we have to do the same thing our forefathers did. What worked? What we've been taught in this society does not work for us. So we got to do what works, what our forefather did, and that's rehearsing the righteous acts. Second Maccabees, chapter 15, 26 and 27.
The book of Second Maccabees, chapter 15, verse 26. For the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him.
Nope. Second Maccabees, chapter 15, verse 26.
But Judas.
Yep, it starts with but Judas.
15 verse 2 Maccabees?
Yes, sir.
15, 26.
Something wrong with my eyes, sorry. It's really something wrong with my eyes today.
So that goes back to what Deacon was bringing out, that it wasn't Israel, it wasn't us. The angels was always with our people once we kept the laws of
Strength
God.
comes from heaven.
That's right.
But Judas and his company encountered the enemies with invocation and prayer, so that fighting with their hands and praying unto God with their hearts, they slew no less than 35,000 men. For through the appearance of God, they were greatly cheered.
Right.
See, that's it right there. And that's what we got to do in the battles that we go through today, through our jobs, your wives, stress, or whatever it be. That's how you got to enter those battles, because this is spiritual warfare. We're not physically battling with anybody now, but that's what our forefathers did, and that's what's going to work for us.
Right. And get 2 Maccabees 5 and 1.
The book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 5, verse 1. About the same time, Antiochus prepared his second voyage into Egypt. And then it happened that through all the city, for the space almost of 40 days, they were seen horsemen running in the air.
They were seen horsemen running in the air. Go ahead.
And clothed of gold.
Cloth of gold. Go ahead.
And armed with lances, like a band of soldiers.
Come on.
And troops of horsemen in array, encountering and running one against another. with shaking of shields, and multitude of pikes, and drawing of swords, and casting of darts, and glittering of golden ornaments, and harness of all sorts.
Fighting, go ahead.
Wherefore every man prayed that the apparition might turn to good.
So they prayed that the apparition was a good sign, not a bad one. That's they saw in the book we read earlier. The apparitions.
Get Immortals real quick. The scene of Immortals, so that people.
Right, the scene of the Immortals, right?
So people can just get a
throwing
picture of
darts.
how it
Those
looks.
are like ninjas. Throwing darts.
What?
Oh.
Throwing darts.
Right. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I know you're trying to make a
It's
reference.
ninjas,
come
man.
on,
Ninjas.
man.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
You
no.
ever seen those ninja movies?
Yeah.
That was a horrible
Not
reference.
Ninja Stars. Thank you.
Damn, I tried to help you
Ninjas
right
don't
there.
do
brother.
darts. They do stars.
Ninja Stars. not
Maybe in
darts,
Haiti
Ninja
they do
Stars.
darts. Guerrilla warfare.
That's not, you just read that. You just read it. You just read it, man.
Casting of darts, not darts like the.
It's not like darts.
Darts. It's
No,
like
I'm not talking about the dart. I'm talking about the.
That's stars.
Ninja
That's a ninja star.
Ninja Stars.
That's not a dart.
Yeah,
Argue. Why you arguing, man? This is
I can't help you there, bro. I'm sorry. man.
Damn, man.
It's all right. I got your back next time.
Yo, when offside, I'm sorry. Also, I'm sorry,
It's
man.
like the game. All right, never mind.
I don't know what's going
Dart
on.
went down the darts of the game.
You're
Not
throwing
the
darts.
game.
So the ninjas throw darts like that.
I don't know.
I said that's not what I'm talking about.
Also, we're gonna look it up after the show.
Yeah, we gonna maybe you're right in the spirit.
Now this thing was working now.
Right.
Oh man.
Hey, if I'm wrong, I apologize to everybody.
The
I
sound
know I'm not
effect
wrong.
instantly worked for you, though.
I know. But earlier, we were dropping heavy information. He was sleeping back then.
Damn.
Judah, right? All praises. Hey, you got it?
Got it?
It's
right
the same
there, right there.
apparition Nat Turner seen in his vision.
Right.
We need a disclaimer or something?
Yeah, make sure that disclaimer's up.
We don't get her. You got it? All right, cool.
Thank you. I'll find it. I'm gonna show you.
Yes, the dart. I got it here. The dart. They call it a missile.
Look, see that? Dart. It's a little knife type thing.
Officer, you
The
good?
ninja
You
be
good,
throwing-
man? Yo, we
Hey,
got
hey,
it. You
hey,
good?
man, I wanna
Angels don't throw knives.
It says it was an apparition. They were seeing a battle in heaven, but it's a dart here. It's a dart like that.
We got you, officer.
The
You
angels
good,
are throwing that, Deacon?
That's what you just read.
I don't know,
It's a
man.
fight. You throwing knife, darts.
Officer, it's cool, man. It's
Yeah,
cool.
that's
It's
right,
cool,
man.
man.
I'm getting my ninja thing on.
That's
now.
it,
Yeah,
bro.
man. It's
They
like
don't
throwing
know about that.
It's like throwing
You don't know about that, man. Come
Even
on,
though
man.
we
The
down.
Creole translation.
It
Listen,
was the Maccabees.
Hey,
the
hey.
Maccabees. It was the Maccabees.
Officer
You wouldn't know about
LaQuat. Officer,
that. It
even
was the
though.
Maccabees. You wouldn't know about
Cap
that.
killing
It
him
was a
right
Levi.
now.
Yeah.
But nah. Even though we downgraded to rocks, we still hit you with something. Straight up. Don't play
You're
around.
still dying regardless.
Yeah, right in the head.
Still dying. But press play.
You're not supposed to say it about yourself.
Press play.
Listen,
Oh,
we got
man.
skills, man.
Let me say that.
It's a battle going on in heaven now.
Where do you think they got this from?
Yeah. Watch.
Oh, that's a dart Officer
Yeah, it's a dart.
LaQuat was talking about.
Yeah.
That's a spear. That's a dart Officer LaQuat was talking
See in
about.
the heaven? See, I say so.
Oh, that's
Hey, go back to that.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta see this movie. This movie is good.
This movie's good. Immortals is good.
Very good. Excellent movie.
No,
It's called The Immortals.
So when we were on a battlefield fighting Esau, this was happening in the
That's
spiritual realm.
Esau's demons, and that's our angels fighting
Yep.
against them.
That's exactly how it happens.
There you go. That's it.
That's exactly how it
Esau's
happens in the
spirits
spiritual realm.
versus our spirits battling each other up there as we're fighting. That's what's happening.
When we get a behind whoop, now we know.
Right.
Spirits
They're
departed.
winning when they're winning when you get behind.
Hey,
them.
listen, the Most High's gonna send them back when those bombs drop.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. He said, yo, take them out.
Hey, Deacon, I remember you mentioned about the Varnay.
It shows that.
It shows the spiritual
It
demons.
shows those demons. Yeah.
Hey, the spirits we have right now next to us records all the evil we do.
Yep.
That's it.
Where we at? Let's get Jewish Encyclopedia now. Jewish Encyclopedia. Page 449. The Diaspora Encyclopedia is what I want.
Cap.
Oh, why are you trying to convince me?
Because Cap be throwing shots, man. He tired of you, man. He tired of you, man.
Sweet.
He tired of you, man. He tired of you
Make fun of me. Talk about
crashing his
throwing
dreams,
darts?
man.
Whoa, Cap, man.
Jeez.
I apologize, sir.
Cap is a shoot first, ask question later kind of guy.
Yeah, exactly what he is.
Thinking you're dying. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Well, I'm dying. Come on, man. I apologize, man.
Oh, you got.
You're getting laid in
You
the
just
ground.
gotta
I'm
look
sorry,
at
man.
him. Just gotta look at him and be like, I see you on the other side.
Yeah.
Hey.
You got it?
Where
Page
we at,
449. What I want from there is, hold on. Yeah, 449 in the 4th century, I think. Is that in here? Hold on. Yeah, so in the 4th century. We'll start from there. I don't even see where I'm at.
Start by the 2nd century.
No, it's this 4th.
Oh, okay, I see it.
I don't. It was on 449, right?
Yes, sir. It's right here.
All right, good. Read that. I don't see it. Oh, I see it. There go. All right. It's somewhere in there. I know I wrote it down.
All right.
We're going to stop at occurred.
Yes, sir. In the 4th century BCE, after Alexander the Great's conquest, more extensive Jewish settlement occurred. He invited Jews to...
Wait.
That's it, right?
That's all I want. Occurred,
okay,
yeah.
sorry.
Hold on. No, keep going.
He invited Jews to settle in Alexandria, which became a cultural center. The Old Testament was translated into Greek, the Septuagint translation.
Mm-hmm.
By the 2nd century BCE, Cyrene and Carthage had Jewish settlement. Some Jewish traditions remain in many areas today.
Come on.
During the Roman times, Jews were noted as far west as Gibraltar,
Spain,
and they had significant political and economic importance. At times, this led to clashes with their neighbors, as in Alexandria. Jerusalem fell in 70 CE, and zealots fled to Egypt, where they fomented a Jewish revolt, capturing large parts of the countryside, but not any urban areas. The Romans suppressed these uprisings during the Great Revolt of 115 to 117 CE.
current era, AD. Go ahead.
Uprisings spread along North Africa as far as Cyrene.
Where Israel was. Go ahead.
And at times, large areas of Egypt were under Jewish control before the revolt violently suppressed. With the rise of Christianity, further anti-Jewish riots occurred in Alexandria. In the 6th century, the Byzantines reoccupied North Africa and further suppression of the Jews occurred.
Right, so the Byzantines took over North Africa and further suppression of the Jews occurred because the Jews resided in North Africa. Keep that in mind. Keep North Africa in mind. Okay? Now, let's get the Jewish Encyclopedia, Volume 4. I want page 560. I think I read this last week, if I'm not mistaken. Did I read it again? I did read this last week.
Yes,
I don't want
sir.
that.
Yes, you did. Yep.
Let's go to the Umayyad Empire. The Umayyad Empire. Let's start there. Wikipedia, the Umayyad Empire. I'm not going backwards.
All right, so we enter in the section of the Moors.
Right, we're entering the section of Moors now. The Umayyad Empire, Caliphate. We're going to start after the death of Muhammad. Right there, yep. Was the second, start from the top, was the second, the Umayyad Caliphate was the
Umayyad Caliphate, 661 to 750 CE, Common Era, was the second of the 4 major caliphates established after the death of Muhammad. The caliphate was ruled by the Umayyad dynasty, Arabic. Sons of the Umayyad, the third caliph of Rashidun Caliphate, Uthman ibn Affan, was 644 to 656 AD, was also a member of the Umayyad clan. The family established dynastic hereditary rule with Muawiyah ibn Abba Sufyan, longtime governor of Asham.
We're going to stop at were exempt. The Muslims were exempt.
Which is Greater Syria, who became the 6th caliph after the end of the First Muslim Civil War in 661. After Muawiyah's death in 680.
So this is an Arab empire. This is an Arab Islamic empire. Go ahead.
Conflicts over succession resulted in a second civil war, and power eventually fell into the hands of Marwan I from another branch of the clan. The region of Syria remained the Umayyads' main power base thereafter, and Damascus was their capital. The Umayyads continued the Muslim conquest, incorporating the Transoxiana Cindy, the Maghreb, and the Iberian Peninsula.
They had the Maghreb. They gained dominion over the Maghreb and the Iberian Peninsula. They gained power over that. Go ahead.
El Andalus. Into the Muslim
Andalusia is Spain. Go ahead.
Into the Muslim world. At its greatest extent, the Umayyad Caliphate covered 11,100,000 kilometers, okay, which is 4,300,000 square feet, making it one of the largest empires in history in terms of area. The dynasty was eventually overthrown by a rebellion led by the Abbasids in 750. Survivors of the dynasty established themselves in Cordoba, which, in the form of an emirate and then a caliphate, became a world center of science, medicine, philosophy, and invention, ushering in the period of the golden age of Islam.
Right, come on.
The Umayyad Caliphate ruled over a vast multi-ethnic and multicultural population. Christians, who still constitute a majority of the Caliphate's population.
See, that's so Israelite Christians are still in majority in their regions. Go ahead.
And Jews were allowed to practice their own religion, but had to pay a head tax. The jizya, from which Muslims were exempt. From
which Muslims were exempt. So Christians Jews who follow Christ, and Jews who follow this Mosaic law, Judaism, they had to what? Read again.
It says, but had to pay a head tax, the jizya, from which Muslims were exempt.
Right, so you had to pay a tax. So based upon religious differences, they paid a tax. All right, they were exempt. Now, so Jews and Christians were present in the Islamic empire of Ishmael, of the Arabs. All right, this is Ishmael's children here. All right, now, and Israel was among them, and Israel converted over to Islam as well during this power, during this empire's uprising. All right, now, you got the Umayyad Caliphate map. Look at Corona. There should be go back to the Wikipedia again. There should be a map. It's a Umayyad Caliphate. It says, look at Kairouan. Kairouan. Is there a Kairouan somewhere in there? Is there different maps on there? Does it say Kairouan? Kairouan. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right.
On the map?
Yeah, on the map. It said, I have, look at Umayyad Caliphate map. Look at Kairouan.
Is it a Kair?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that word is right there.
Kairouan.
Yep, right.
Yeah, Kairouan, city of Kairouan.
Click on it.
Yeah, that's not. That was the map. Go down. Right there. Go out of that again. Go out of that. Go back. Who was that before? Go back to Umayyad again. No, go back to Umayyad again. Umayyad. You are? Is there a map in this film? Is there a map somewhere in this? There should be a map.
Try
right there.
This
right there. What does it say? Is it there? You see Quran there?
Click on the map real quick. Is that it up top? Yeah, that's it.
That's it?
Right
okay,
there.
blow it up, please, so I can see it. I don't know why I had this, but I'll figure it out when I get to it. I wrote this down a long time ago.
Oh, I hate that.
So I'm just going off the top right now.
Blow the map up.
Blow the map up so we can see the name Kairouan for some reason. As big as it gets? Okay, just circle the cursor around it, please, so you know where it is. Kairouan. Circle it with the arrow. Are you bringing the arrow around? There you go. We'll bring the arrow around it.
Yeah, it is.
Which one is it? Right there? Okay, Kairouan. Okay. So that's right there. See what that is? That's North Africa. That's North Africa. See it? The top? Kairouan. North Africa. That's right there near Carthage. All right? Now, keep that in mind. Let's go to Kusela now. Keep Kairouan in mind. I don't know why. Just keep it in mind. I'm sure it'll come to me. Go to Kusela. Kusaila. Wikipedia. Kusela.
Remember also, we was in those same areas.
As I showed you in the Jewish Encyclopedia, we were in North Africa. We were in those areas. Kusela. Now remember, it says the Byzantines took over that area of North Africa. This is Kusela. Okay? Read about him now. We're gonna stop at the Muslims. Well, there's more. There's more, but we're gonna stop somewhere. Let's keep going. We're gonna stop at the Muslims.
Kusela ibn Mazam, Latin Caecilius, was a 7th century Berber Christian.
Was a 7th century Berber Christian. Berber, remember that map we showed you before? That map I showed you before? It said Berber Jews. Way back. Yep. This is a Berber Christian here. Go ahead.
King of the kingdom of Atava and leader of the Araba tribe of the Amazigh.
Amazigh. And keep Amazigh. Keep in mind the term Ottawa and what did it say?
The Araba tribe.
Araba tribe. Keep those tribes, those names in mind. Go ahead.
And possibly Christian king of the Sahaja.
Possibly Christian king. Go ahead.
He is known for prosecuting an effective Berber military resistance against the Muslim conquest.
Remember I showed you before, the disciples were spread out. Paul had Italy, Spain, Gaul, and Britain, and you had one thing. Bartholomew had Mauritania, correct?
Yes, sir.
One of the disciples had Africa.
Right, they spread over
They
Africa.
spread in Africa. That's why he became Christian here. Go ahead.
He is known for prosecuting an effective Berber military resistance against the Muslim conquest of the Maghreb.
So he was resisting against the Muslims. The Muslims are trying to take over, and you had the Byzantines also. Go ahead.
In the 680s, his name means leopard in the Berber language.
Wow.
Kasalia died in the year 688 fighting the Muslims.
Fighting the Muslims. Now, go to historical importance. Is there historical importance? Yes. We're going to read. Hold on. We're going to read initially and end that decade. Initially,
the Berber states were able to defeat the Umayyad invaders.
Right, the Umayyads are trying to take over that region, and he was resisting them. Go ahead.
Invaders at the Battle of Bassaria, modern Biskra in Algeria.
There's a reason why I'm touching on this guy, Kusela. Keep in mind.
That was fought in 682 AD between the Berbers of King Kasalia and their Byzantine allies from the Exarchate of Africa.
Click that word, Exarchate of Africa. Click that.
The Exarchate Africa was a division of the Byzantine Empire centered around Carthage.
See, remember I said the Byzantine Empire took over part of Africa. I showed you that in the Jewish diaspora book. It mentioned the Byzantine era. During the 6th century, they took over part of Africa. So you had the Byzantines and you had the Muslims. Okay? Go ahead. Had influence that were trying to take influence over in that land. Go back. Go out of that. Go back where you was at initially. Okay, come on.
The Exarchate of Africa against an Umayyad army under Yupa ibn Nafi, the founder of the Karawan.
Founder of what?
The Karawan.
Founder of Karawan. So it says it's Exarchate of Africa against an Umayyad army under who?
Under Ibba ibn Nafi, the founder of Karawan.
The founder of Karawan, which is that part of Africa. That's all I want. Right? Let me see what I want. No, keep going. Stop at a decade. Keep going.
Yuqbat ibn Nafi had led his men in an invasion across North Africa, eventually reaching the Atlantic Ocean and marching as far south as the Dra and Sus rivers.
Come on.
On his return, he was met by the Berber Byzantine coalition at Tahuda, south of Vesera. His army was crushed and he himself was killed. As a result of this crushing defeat, the Arabs were expelled from the area of modern Tunisia.
Carthage, go ahead.
And eastern Algeria.
Algeria, where the king was, where King Kusela was from. Go ahead.
For more than a decade.
For more than a decade, they weren't able to take over that land. The Muslims were not able to take over the Christian dominion of the Berbers in that part of North Africa or Korain, that area there, okay? Because this guy led a revolt. Kusela, Ibn Nifa, this guy Nifa, and we'll see who else. Now, let's get Dihya, D-I-H-Y-A. Watch this. Dihya. We're going to end at Algeria. end at Algeria?
Daya or Al Kahina.
El Kahena. El Kohen. Cohen is an Aaronic title. It means priest. So they called her the priestess. Okay, they called her the priestess. We'll find out why later on, I believe. Go ahead.
The prophetess, Arabic, was a Berber queen.
A Berber queen. Go ahead.
And a religious and military leader who led indigenous resistance to the Muslim conquest of the Maghreb. The region, then known as Numidia. She was born in the early 7th century.
Numidia is part of Carthage, same place, like that guy Massanisa's from. Numidia, go ahead.
She was born in the early 7th century and died around the end of the 7th century in modern-day Algeria.
Modern-day Algeria. Now, get Jewish diaspora again, page 453. Daya, the priestess, to El Kohena, the priestess. We'll find out why she's the priestess soon enough. Page 453. Sisters, calm down. Don't get spirits on you. Relax, all right? Her name is Daya. Okay.
That's why I named my daughter Deborah.
Yeah, exactly, right.
She was a priestess.
Page 453, and we're going to stop at okay, 454. Keep going. We'll just read the top. Let's read from the down. Read from the top down. We're gonna end at page 454, where it says in Africa. Go ahead.
Migrations of Jews into West Africa.
Migrations of Jews into West Africa. Come on.
Legends of Semitic migrations into the Maghreb, North Africa.
Maghreb. Remember the Maghreb? But earlier, the Maghreb. Keep in mind. Go ahead.
According to most accounts, the earliest Israeli settlements.
Israelite settlements. Go ahead.
In Africa were in places such as Egypt, Tunisia.
That battle took place. Tunisia. Okay, where they resisted Arab influence. Go ahead.
And Ethiopia. Historians believe these settlements may have been in existence as early as the kingdoms of David and Solomon.
We were there since the beginning for a long time. We was in Africa. Go ahead.
As well as during the Assyrian invasion of northern Israel in 722 BCE. And the Babylonian captivity of Judah in 586 BCE. In the Punic Carthaginian age. These communities were augmented by subsequent arrivals of Jews after the destruction of the Second Jerusalem Temple in 70 CE, when 30,000 Jewish slaves were settled throughout Carthage.
Right, to fight in those Colosseums. Go ahead.
By the Roman Emperor Titus.
Now, hold on. We're going to stop. One second. Go to Africa in a broader sense. Where's that at?
Okay, it's right here.
Yeah, read that. Start from there.
Africa, in the broader sense, is clearly indicated where mention is made of the 10 tribes, having been driven into exile by the Assyrians and having journeyed into Africa.
So Northern Kingdom fled into Africa. No doubt about that. But the majority of them are here. Go ahead.
Connected with this is the ideal.
That's BS. Go to go and read it. I don't care.
Connected with this is the ideal that the river Sebastian.
Yeah, Sebastian is in Africa. Blah blah blah. It's folklore.
Is in Africa. The Arabs, who also know the legend of the Beni Musa,
right,
sons of Moses.
That's in that map also. Beni Musa. That's accurate. Go ahead.
Agree with the Jews in placing their land in Africa.
Right. We're gonna read down. We're gonna stop at in Africa. Go ahead.
In later centuries, Jews are believed to have settled in Western Africa during the height of the Songhai, Mali, Ghana, and Kanem-Bornu empires.
Go ahead.
According to accounts from explorers of the region, several powerful Jewish families of the Songhai Empire were of Jewish origin, until Askia Muhammad came to power and in 1492 decreed that all Jews either convert to Islam or leave the region. According to certain records in Timbuktu, an older community was formed by a group of Egyptian Jews who traveled by way of the Sahel corridor through Chad into Mali. Another community was that of the Jua ruler of the Kokaya, located near the Niger River, the Niger River, whose name is only known as Zua Alaman or Zua Men Ayaman, meaning he comes from Yemen.
There's an Israelite that came from Yemen. Go ahead.
Local legends state that Zua Alaman was a member of one of the Jewish colonies transported from Yemen by the Obsidians in the 6th
By
century.
the Abyssinians, Ethiopians in the 6th century. Go ahead.
Common Era. Zua Alaman is said to have traveled into West Africa along with his brother and eventually established a local Jewish community between Mali and northern Nigeria. Some accounts place West African Jewish communities in the Undu forest of Dahomey, south of Timbuktu. In the 1930s, these groups still maintain a Torah scroll written in Aramaic that had been burned into parchment with a hot iron instead of ink, so it could not be changed.
Hold on, I'm trying to see where it ends in Africa. Hold on.
Brothers, if y'all see it.
I don't want to start. I'll read too long. Hold on. In the broader sense, ended Africa. Then the Arabs end in Africa on page 454.
The decline of the Jewish communities of the West African Maghreb.
No, it ends in Africa. Hold on. I don't want to read too much into it. Hold on. North Africa. I don't want to read too far ahead. Would you stop at? It cannot be changed?
Yes, sir.
Hold on. I wrote this thing so confusing.
Yeah, the next two sentences about it is going into Maghreb, Berber.
It says the Arabs. Is Arabs in there?
Yes.
Where?
The influx of Arabs invaders into North Africa.
Okay, hold on.
Come on, Israel. Let's get those likes up.
The Arabs. It starts with the Arabs.
Starts with the Arabs.
On page 454. See the Arabs in here?
Yeah, I see some that ends with the Arab.
Yes, I see. It says invasion until defeat at the hands of the Arab commander, Hassan ibn Numan.
No.
End of the sentence right there.
I don't know why I wrote it like this. It's not, I don't understand. I wrote, hold on a second.
And then it says the influx of the Arab invaders.
I'm trying not to jump ahead. Just keep going. If anything, I'll figure it out. Keep going. Read down to invasion.
Yes, sir. The decline of the Jewish communities of the West.
No, we're gonna read down to the Numan.
Yes, sir. The decline of the Jewish communities of the West Africa Maghreb most likely began with the influx of Arab invaders into North Africa.
That's the Umayyad Empire. Go ahead.
Started in 640 CE and later into West Africa in the 1300s and 1400s.
And the Arabs took over. Go ahead.
CE. The Jewish Berber, Queen Kahina.
That's, go ahead.
Daya.
Dahaya,
Bint Tabata ibn Tafan.
Right, so her name is Queen Kahina Daya bint Tabitha. So she's the daughter of, so her name is Daya, daughter of Tabitha, son of Tafan. Her grandfather, go ahead.
Who was also known as El Kahina.
The priestess, go ahead.
Led the most notable uprising against the invasion.
Watch this.
Believed to have been a descendant of the Israeli priestly class.
Don't have been an Israelite woman of the priestly class. She was of Levitical lineage.
Chill out, man. Chill out.
All right, go ahead.
Thank you.
El Kahina was able to lead North African Jews, Berbers, Christians, and Greeks alike against the invasion until her defeat at the hands of the Arab commander Hassan ibn Numan.
Against the Arabs. So it says Christians and Greek. Greeks is referring to the Israelites that were Hellenized, that resided in the area also.
Right.
All right, not white people.
Dick, on the top, when we just read West African Jewish communities in the Undu forest of Dahomey,
right.
A lot of Levi was brought from Dahomey to the west.
Right.
Because we were from West Africa, taken from that region, went to the West Indies.
Wow, Ando.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So now let's get Matthew 2:13. Matthew 2:13.
So this thing is very consistent in everywhere, Dick.
Yeah.
Like everywhere we travel is very consistent, clarifying our history.
Right. Matthew 2:13. Then we're gonna get 2 Maccabees 1:1 and then 18.
The book of Matthew, chapter 2, verse 13.
He's mentioned about Israel being in Egypt, coming out of Alexandria, Egypt, same thing. Go ahead.
And when they were departed, behold, the angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream, saying, Arise, and take the young child and his mother, and flee into Egypt.
Flee into Egypt. Flee further into Africa. Go ahead.
And be thou there until I bring thee word.
Right. So the angel told Joseph to take his wife and child and flee into an area flee from a white man into an area where other blacks reside. He ain't telling white people, a white couple to do that. That don't make no damn sense. Right. All right. He told them to flee amongst other blacks and hide out until I give you word. And further into Africa. Tell a white couple to flee to Africa? Really? Nonsense. Get 2 Maccabees 1, verse 1, and then verse 18.
And also, Dick, that shows that we had communities around there because they would go amongst their own people.
Yep.
Amongst the Jews that was reside there.
Absolutely.
The book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 1. The brethren, the Jews that be at Jerusalem in the land of Judah, Judea.
This.
Wish unto the brethren, the Jews that are throughout Egypt, health and peace.
The Jews that are throughout Egypt, health and peace. Jump down to verse 18.
Verse 18. Therefore, whereas we are now purpose to keep the purification of the temple upon the 25th day of the month Caslu, we thought it necessary to certify you thereof, that ye also might keep it as the feast of the tabernacles.
So to keep the feast of dedication in Egypt. We're going to keep it here in Jerusalem. You guys keep it over there in Egypt. They kept the feast days in their lands of captivity, in their lands of exile. We're here in Jerusalem. You guys can stay over there, but keep Hanukkah as you would tabernacles. 8 days is what he's saying. Go ahead. Read again, 18 again from the top.
Therefore, whereas we are now purposed to keep the purification of the temple
Hanukkah, dedication, go ahead.
Upon the 25th day of the month Caslu.
That's the 12th month of the year. That's winter time. Keep it during the 12th month of the year. Go ahead.
We thought it necessary to certify you thereof, that ye also might keep it as the feast of the tabernacles.
8 days.
And of the fire, which was given us when Nehemiah offered sacrifice.
When Nehemiah would dedicate the temple. Nehemiah, go ahead.
After that, he had built the temple and the altar.
When he built the walls and helped fix the temple as well. All right, so he said, keep the feast of dedication while you're there in Egypt. So Israel is always, this is during the time of the Greeks. Israel has always been in Egypt. So when the angel told Joseph and Mary flee to Egypt, Israel is already there. Right. During the time of the Greeks. It's right there, literally neighbors. Israel and Egypt are next door. Because Israel is part of Africa. It's right there. All right?
That was before the white man created the Suez Canal.
Before he created the Suez Canal, exactly. Exactly. So we're going to stop there. I finished this page. I don't want to go any further. We're going to continue with more scriptures next week, Lord's will. Get more into the Moors. All right? So stay tuned. Shout outs to the IT team, to the breakfast team as well. All praises them and their work. They did an excellent job as usual. Fantastic job. Also, shout outs to you brothers and sisters out there who are donating towards the books. I will, when I get the books in the mail, I will definitely show them because you're the ones that bought them. The book that I showed so far is a PDF with Spartacus. That's from Rudolph R. Windsor. That's from Rudolph R. Windsor. Babylon Timbuktu. Judea Trembles in the Rome. Y'all pay for that. I'm getting that Lord's Lord this Tuesday or Wednesday because of the holidays. It was delayed. And the other book is coming from out of the country. It's called Visigoths, Jews, something like that. I'll show you when I get it. Y'all pay for that as well. It's like damn near $300 for that book. We got that as well. So I'll show you that too. So if y'all want to get it, y'all can get it. If you can find it, y'all can get that as well. And I will show it to y'all when the time comes and I have it in my possession. Thank you for your contributions. They're not going in vain. We are using them. Okay? I'm not balling. I'm using your money for the books. All right? Captain Jerome, announcements.
Yes, all praise to the Most High. One more time, round of applause for Deacon Adon for the excellent information in which he brings out every single week. Also, subscribe to our Hidden History radio show. Subscribe to our Hidden History radio show. If you like the classes, if you want to see all the classes lined up from chapter 1 all the way to chapter 18, you could get that on that page. All right, and also subscribe to IUIC Philadelphia in the Classroom YouTube channel as well. So subscribe to IUIC Philadelphia in the Classroom YouTube channel. Okay. For donations, you could donate, like I said, the deacon was saying, thank you for your contributions. You could donate to IUIC.NewJersey at IsraelUnite.org. On PayPal, IUIC.NewJersey at IsraelUnite.org. In the description box, titled Our Hidden History for donations. Thank you very much for your contributions and what your deacon has explained. Also, if you'd like to donate to the Booster Club, donate to IUIC.fundraising at IsraelUnite.org. IUIC.fundraiser at IsraelUnite.org. All right, Israel? Shalom?
Yes. Last but not least, let's shout out. Let's IUIC clap your hands for yourself. IUIC TV. You gotta continue promoting that. We're gonna channel when you speak to people. When you're introducing your family, let them know this is how far God's work has gone, that we're able to have our own platform to teach our people. So shout out for the great works of the body on that one.
And also keep the house of Captain Zeph in your prayers.
Right.
All right,
all praises. All right, brothers and sisters, so hope you enjoyed the show. If you didn't get it, if you didn't catch on to it, if you ran too fast for y'all, rewind it and watch it again. And with that, looking forward to chapter 19 with y'all. Say shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.